We are live. We are live. This is the Wrestling for Life Network. We are here for your Monday Night Raw coverage. It's going to be a long night. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. Like I said, we are live. We are here on the Wrestling for Life Network for your Monday Night Raw coverage. We got some qualifying matches going down for Money in the Bank. I am Ringsider Anthony, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the chapeau that runs the show, Ringsider Anthony. I am Big Nick, and yes, tonight we've got the go home Money in the Bank. Monday Night Raw. We've got Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Ilya on free TV. But before all that, my guy, what do you think of Forbidden Door? Did you watch it? How you feeling? What's your takeaway from Forbidden Door?
I did not watch anything.
Didn't catch up on any of it?
I didn't catch up on anything. I did see that at least my prediction was wrong. Swerve did retain the AEW World Championship, right. So I'm excited about that. I saw that Mercedes Moné became two belts Mercedes, like right. We all predicted. But I did not watch Forbidden Door, so I'm gonna try to catch up hopefully this coming weekend and try to watch through the entire 7 hours, I think it was.
Yeah, you gotta take like a whole day to watch it and everything. But overall, it wasn't too bad. I gave it a 7.5 at the end of last night. I'll probably bump that up to like an 8 out of 10. It had some misses. It had some good matches. It had some really good matches, actually. Like Swerve versus Ospreay was great, minus them cutting to MJF and Garcia and all of that. That kind of took away from it. Britt Baker came back, which I said as soon as I got the CEO chance, we were at some point going to get DMD versus CEO. And so I'm excited to see that. She's got to come back as a babyface. But how do you feel about Mercedes with creative control too as well? And I think I saw everybody going around with, I've got creative control as she's holding up 2 belts. We could tell.
Right. That was a big topic over the past couple of days of her having creative control. I think a lot of people, other than money, they go to AEW for that control, for that creative kind of freedom thing. Right. I don't know, I know that played a part. It played a lot of part of the WCW demise, right? A lot of the big
doesn't work for me, brother.
A lot of the big names have been creative control. I would hope that it works out differently from AEW than it did for WCW. But in some light, you can see that she has creative control because she's holding both belts, right?
Just a wee bit. I mean, it was kind of predictable. Same thing like Jungle Boy, Jack Perry won the TNT title, was predictable. But also there was some that wasn't too predictable to me, like Tony Storm retaining. I didn't think that was going to be the case. The MJF match I actually wasn't a big fan of it, oddly enough. But yeah. But beyond that, folks, we got Money in the Bank, the go-home show tonight. We've got, what's going to be next with the Wyatt 6. Are we going to have them be a presence tonight? Who are they going to go after? Are they still going to mess with Gable, or are they going to have something else going on? But we're getting Ilya versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre free on TV.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting. And to have this match, this is a pretty big match to have on free TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to have 3 people in there that all kind of have that momentum of needing to be in the Money in the Bank match, even Drew McIntyre, because his character wants the world championship, right? So this is a way for you to get it as well. And the other 2 competitors definitely have a name to be in the Money in the Bank match. So to have this match on free TV, I'm gonna need this match to have some free TV time too. I'm gonna need at least 20 minutes for this match. I know it'd be probably like 2 commercial breaks in between, but we need something to that effect.
You think it main events, or do we have the women's world title? Because we also have a women's world title match between Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega tonight. Is that the main event, or is it triple threat?
I feel if I was booking the show, I would have the triple threat be the main event. But in this case, since it is the women's world title, that might be the way they go to end the show tonight on Monday Night Raw. But I would rather it be the triple threat.
I think it'll be the triple threat because, I mean, respectfully, Zelina's not winning this. It's where she's not losing that belt until she goes against Rhea.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm kind of surprised they didn't even have put this match on the Money in the Bank card, because I thought that's where they were kind of headed, having this women's world title match on the Money in the Bank card, but they pushed it to, you know, to this week's Monday Night Raw. So it's definitely Liv Morgan's season. She's definitely winning this. She's holding that title until Rhea comes back. I don't even know if she'll drop it right when Rhea comes back, but she's definitely holding that title until Rhea comes back.
Yeah, it would make sense for it to be on the Money in the Bank card, especially if they're not going to have like a Bayley. There's only 5 matches again, which is an AEW pre-show at this point, for Money in the Bank. I mean, granted, you got 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, but you could have added another match. You could have added maybe even another 2-3 matches.
Right. And I know we kind of say that with every pay-per-view, but with Money in the Bank, I feel like it's kind of
I wasn't saying that with Forbidden Door.
Oh, no. I should specify
every WWE
premium
show.
live events,
right,
and not pay-per-views. But for Money in the Bank, I feel like it should be at least 6 to 7 matches, right? Because the Money in the Bank matches, they get time, but it's not time like some of the other matches that are stipulation based. So I really feel like this could be like a 7-match card and we still be okay with it.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I will ask this before we get to the chat. Back to the triple threat. Who would you have winning this between Sheamus, Ilya, and Drew? Do you have CM Punk screw Drew over once again?
If I was going to have CM Punk screw Drew over again, I would actually have Drew McIntyre winning. And then at Money in the Bank, screw him at Money in the Bank. Then again, I don't know if we've seen that so many times where it kind of gets stale. So if I was going to give it to anybody other than Drew McIntyre, I would give it to Ilya.
Okay. I think Ilya, just because he could take, like, he's got the most time left on his career, I would say.
Right.
He's the newest call-up. He's probably the one that, to me, can obviously lose this match and still be fine. Because he's in there with 2 former world champions in Drew and Sheamus. If it's not going to be Drew, then it goes to Sheamus, I think. Ilya in that match would be great, but I'd like a little bit of a little Shamo run here. Outside of him just being, he came back and he's kind of just floating in the abyss, just kind of a mid-card guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely would love to see Sheamus have some type of run again. Even with the world championship, if they decide to go that route, he's always one of those ones you can count on and rely on. Sheamus is one of those mainstays. So yeah, I would definitely have Sheamus, go for another run as well. I like to see that.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of mainstays and potentially some new faces, do we want to talk to the peoples in the chat here?
Yes, let's get to the peoples in the chat.
What up? As I see, by the way, I see 53 people kicking it with us as we're still kind of the pre-show before Monday Night Raw kicks off. We've got just under a half hour here, but we cover more live wrestling than anybody else out there. So be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We're just here last night for, I think, almost 7 hours for Forbidden Door. We're going to be back at it like a jackrabbit. MDB, where you at? If Anthony's actually going to be on NXT tomorrow night. So we finally fully converted this man to an NXT-ite, an NXT&A. We're literally going to have NXT&A on the stream tomorrow night with me and you on the stream.
Right, that is true.
Right? But Rocco, what up? Evening, gentlemen. I now can see Logan cost Knight the Money in the Bank, and if Drew wins, he will fail due to Punk. So everybody's getting screwed up Money in the Bank, apparently. I don't know if we do 2 run-ins. Can't see Gable winning now. So who can you see winning? You just crossed off half the fucking competitors there. Damien, what up? C Money, what up? Looking forward to Scarlett. Ooh, how you doing? Denisha, hey, what Anthony up, and Big Nick. Hey, Denisha. J-Boy, what up? Christian, what up? Safik, Greg, TJ, Christian again, J-Boy again. Safik, Mercedes Monet got booed last night and she's turning heel soon. I think she's already been a heel, my guy. She's been a heel. If I'm with Britt Baker, CEO. If I'm with Britt Baker coming back last night, she 100%, she's now the babyface. She's pro AEW. She's pro the fans. She's the one of those, you're the outsider. You came in and you think you can just take over. She has to be the babyface in this angle. You can't have her be anywhere near a tweener because Mercedes already isn't a great heel. She's just she's a good heel just because she kind of sucks, period. But anyways. Well, she gets booed because she's just bad. Not bad as in like bad, but like bad as in bad. Denisha, what up? Yo, Adrian, what up? Richard, Kevin, see money again. I'm trying to see Boston. Eric T. I love my new WWE World Tag Team titles. I gotta say from eBay. Hey, what do you say? We're gonna have to get some like trios belts or anything like that. 100%. Granted, we won't be like the Bang Bang Gang and have like 9 belts floating around and everything.
Right, and one set being pink.
Yeah. Why did they keep the Scissor Me Timbers belts and everything after they're not on the Acclaimed? Why are we still walking around with those?
Right, I don't know.
Chris saying happy birthday to his mom. So happy birthday, Chris's mom. Don't let her around Christian.
That is true.
Ryback helps Paul. No. Paul, what up? Anthony, I'm not going to attempt your last name, sir, but hey, I think you're a new face. What up, what up, what up?
What up?
Capone saying you got to build up Ilya. He lost 4 or 5 matches so far. Hey, not really. He went kind of far in the King of the Ring, and maybe, but I think Drew's winning it. You're not having Ilya go over Drew unless CM Punk costs him. But I think Drew's got to get in there now. If he wins, I don't know if he wins at Money in the Bank, but he at least qualifies for it.
Right.
TJ MDB, the knee pad police has arrived. See, I spoke of him and he IP'd.
What up, MDB?
Kevin, what up? Byron, what up? Christopher Santana, related to Carlos Santana. A spectacular return by Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Yes, indeed. We got Odds, word up. What up? As I will remind everybody, we do have the super chats, the super stickers as well. If I missed your comment or anything like that, MDB's already pumped. We got Anthony back for another stream. Absolutely. I was telling earlier, he's going to be here tomorrow night. We got the NXT TNA stream of me and Anthony here for NXT.
Right. Looking forward to NXT tomorrow to see if there's some TNA involvement. I do know there was some at the TNA tapings. I was kind of spoiled. There's one that I wasn't spoiled on, so I'm hopefully I can keep that to my chest. Like I don't see it until Thursday. Fair enough. Know there was some that was spoiled. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just let the cat out the bag here because I already ruined it for you, so I might as well ruin it for y'all. So if you don't want to hear a TNA taping spoiler, plug your ears, all that business. But what old Patrick Dempsey there, Charlie Dempsey, Little Rigo showed up at TNA during their tapings.
Right. It's big. That's big for that to happen I didn't expect, to be honest, that anyone was going to show up at any of the tapings, only because I didn't think TNA would want it to be spoiled, but clearly they don't care. And I know this was like one of the things that I talked about earlier this year when they moved to TNA, that they also needed to find a way to move it to being live each and every Thursday, which I think they're still working on for 2025. But yeah, this is big for them to show up at tapings. It's really big.
Oh yeah, and 100% to have them on the actual like weekly shows instead of the premium live events, the special shows or anything. But now, how do you feel as a TNA fan, a TNA diehard, that WWE NXT gets Jaren Grace, TNA gets Tatum Paxley and Dempsey? Even trade, fair trade so far?
I feel like it's somewhat of an even trade. I know Tatum Paxley is more of she's not one of the big names in the women's division in NXT, but I feel like it's a fair trade, and I feel like they're starting off slow. And I think I talked about this in our Friday stream a little bit, where I was like, I think TNA is starting off slow, and I think WWE is starting off slow to see how well this could work together, and then eventually expand to maybe the main roster. And that's more what I'm looking forward to see, like the main roster talent versus the TNA talent. So I think we're starting off slow, and then we'll get to like more of a bigger payoff in the next couple of months if they keep this around. Fair
enough. And do you think that it is still WWE's in the position that it's more, I dare say, apropos or more beneficial, for TNA to be working with WWE than per se of WWE working with TNA. Like they don't need to work with TNA. TNA almost needs to work with WWE a little bit more.
Absolutely. WWE doesn't need to work really with anyone. And I think what TNA is doing at this point, which I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, is TNA's goal is to get eyes on their product, is to get people to watch it every Thursday, or, you know, at least to the point where you're watching into the monthly specials or the pay-per-views. And that's why, like last week or 2 weeks before, when Joe Hendry and Kaz was on NXT, it was really to further or really cement their feud so people can tune in to TNA to see how the feud progresses.
Oh yeah, I think that's part of too of why they're having kind of at least a little bit of the spoilers get out there of Dempsey's. So now you're going to tune in to see what's he involved in, how they did it, all of that. Same thing a little bit. I know it's a little bit of a sensitive topic, but how they've got now some of the Twitch streamers and everything that'll do the live side-by-side simulcast stuff and everything. So their ultimate goal, like you said, is just to try and funnel people back to TNA.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they're doing it even with Jordan Grace and Ash by Elegance, because they started that feud at what Battleground, I think it was in Vegas, and now they're actually having that payoff to that feud at Slammiversary with the big, you know, Knockouts title match.
Speaking of payoffs, Paul becoming a member for 7 months. Shout out my guy. Why wouldn't WWE and TNA do something with Dijak? I think it comes down to the contract he was under, because he was on a main roster contract in TNA or in NXT. Everybody that WWE is sending over to TNA is still on NXT contracts. It's kind of like being a rookie contract versus, you know, once you get that big payday contract.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Dijak, he's gonna find his ground. I know he's gonna
He
find
could still
his
sign
ground.
with TNA. He could sign with TNA and be a world champion there.
Absolutely. And then he might show up on NXT after that, just like using Ash by Elegance, Dana Brooke
can imagine.
Right, because you know she was released and then she showed up on WWE television again. So we can have something similar with Dijak there.
Yeah, have Vic out there. That's Dana Ash by Elegance. But main event, Andy. Hi guys, what up? What up? What up? MDB, I did see that. Mike Clayton, Cage on vacation, or is Anthony refusing to skip out on more TNA surprises? Welcome, Anthony. Call him A, call him B, both.
Yeah, kind of both, right?
Right. Yes, KJ is on the vacay. He was here last night for Forbidden Door, and we will see him later on tonight. Shout out to Dijak for basically saying FWE. Yeah, he's followed in that Maximum Male Models kind of, all right, I got released, how with it? I don't want to go back there. I'd rather just be on the indies and make money that way and be able to do what I want, have more freedom.
Yeah, and you know what I really found interesting literally over the past maybe year and a half, that you can potentially make more money on the indies than you can in WWE.
Look at Matt Cardona.
Right, look at Matt Cardona. And so I think people are starting to explore that indie option as well. Ash by Elegance is one. She just won a title in, I think it's WSW. Her first singles title, women's singles title, in her entire career. So a lot of these folks have more opportunities. I don't want to use the word better because I feel like WWE is the bread and butter, but they have more opportunities outside of WWE than WWE can offer.
Right. And then you can run your own schedule. Your own boss. As Yo Adrian saying, so far I'm really liking the WWE TNA crossovers. Absolutely. Aaron saying Paul Heyman should manage the Wyatt Six. Is Wobbly the Walrus? Oh, that's just mean. Poor Paul. Paul just got decimated, and now him being up there for that Shield power bomb has just become a meme.
It really has. And that's kind of sad. I'm like, why are we making fun of Paul? I mean, Paul is our bread and butter, right? That's the guy we admire.
The man's an Academy Award actor in pro wrestling.
Exactly. So why are we messing with Paul?
Right. Leave Paul alone. He's been through enough. Man, 60 some odd years old, taking bumps out there through tables and everything.
Right.
Oh, we're not going to click on that one because it's spoilers for TNA that Anthony can't see.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't see it. So
there we go. If you saw it real quick, you know, but don't tell Anthony. James and Casey saying, I would love to see The Miz have a feud in TNA with Dolph that morphed into a tag match to put over 2 younger TNA talent. Just have Miz do a run in TNA. Oh, would he feel like that's a demotion?
Yeah.
Especially he would probably take some umbrage with that, I feel.
I think he would dog walk TNA on the mic if he was there. I
Oh,
feel like he would. I mean, and
we
honestly,
go back to
what
like
I
on Talking Smack, where he loses his shit on Danielson.
yes, and would I be upset if he did it? No, because that's just the Miz. That's what he does.
It would give him an edge, which he's needed. He has become like a Zigglypuff of just kind of cannon fodder babyface that's just out there for a little bit of slapstick.
Yeah, absolutely. So that would kind of just, if he did something like that, that would just kind of solidify him as one of the best heels. He's already one of the best heels, but he kind of needs one of those moments again.
Right. TJ bringing up a good point. TNA is like how ECW was in the late 90s, partners with WWE as opposed to trying to compete. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know if you saw this as Maya what up, but that was brought up too during Forbidden Door of there's going to be now AEW Dynasty. I didn't know it was initially an AEW show. I thought it was a New Japan show, but they're doing it's the day after Wrestle Kingdom. They're doing a show in Japan, and it's essentially like Forbidden Door of New Japan, CMLL, AAA all coming together. But they're doing a whole one in Japan, and then everybody instantly seemed to be like, WWE, TNA, we're kind of looking at y'all. You know what to do now.
I didn't know they were having their own. So they're having like a secondary Forbidden Door type deal?
Yes. So AEW Wrestle Dynasty set for January 5th, 2025 in Tokyo. It includes CMLL, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, Stardom. So no AAA, but it's got the 5 promotions, although 2 of them work together or actually owned by the same thing. But yeah, so they're doing again essentially another Forbidden Door, but they're doing it in Japan.
Okay, that's interesting. I hope TNA and WWE finally gets the ball rolling with something. I don't know if they're trying to wait right now. If we don't have any type of premium live event scheduled between December and the beginning of February, because February 1st would be Royal Rumble. So
Right.
maybe they got some time to build up something where we can have something in the first couple of weeks of January that's around WWE and TNA having a big special. I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah, it would work then. Like you said, there's a big giant open window there. So absolutely. Curtis saying congrats to Dawkins on getting married today. Yeah, I did see that. Shout out. Rob, sup, Anthony, Nick. Can Motor City Machine Guns show up at Money in the Bank or Heatwave for NXT? They are free agents. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm surprised that we didn't get more surprises at Forbidden Door. That the only one that we got was Britt Baker. I was expecting, a Ricochet, Dijak potentially, a Motor City Machine Guns, a Camille, anything.
Right. And I'm kind of surprised at this point that the Motor City Machine Guns didn't go anywhere very quickly after leaving TNA, which still brings me to the thought of they're doing the Jordan Grace route and just taking some time off from TNA and then eventually coming back.
Could be. Wyatt 6 must distract Jey Uso at the Money in the Bank. No, they're not coming for the Fireflies. You already say you could have that. That even what I'm mad at.
Right.
You don't want no part of that.
That's exactly what he said. Don't put me in that.
Right. No, thank you. Mike saying Paul out of the Bloodline is the best thing that could happen to bring Roman in as a babyface. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. It was so great. Now Paul's a babyface. Roman was already turning babyface and not even having to be on camera with every "We want Roman" chant.
Yeah, that's just crazy how this man, a year or so ago, people wanted him gone, and now they want him back. I guess that goes back
to he left. No, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
It was just like what Daniel Bryan said. The fans are fickle.
They're fickle. You hear that? You're fickle. You're fickle unless you watch the Wrestling for Life Network. You heard it here first. Sources say. Rob Evans saying Moose versus Miz, promo versus promo. That wouldn't be bad.
Miz will win. Easily, Miz will win. Moose is good, but Moose still he struggles a little bit on that mic. He's good, but he struggles a little bit.
That's Miz's strong suit is promos.
So. Yes, that's where Miz is strongest at. So I think Miz will easily clean Moose. Sadly. As much as I want it to be Moose.
Speaking of sad things, Paul out here saying he doesn't believe in Joe Hendry.
Why?
Well,
Why everybody believes.
So He doesn't believe in Joe Henry, but he believes in Joe Hendry.
Oh, that is right.
Right.
So yeah, you still technically do believe in Joe Hendry.
There we go. There we go. Adam saying, what up, my guy? I took a friend who doesn't watch wrestling to see Forbidden Door live yesterday. There were times I was embarrassed. This is something I like. He enjoyed the main event a lot, though. The main event was great. A lot of people didn't seem to like online the Naito Moxley match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was much more of the New Japan style match. And Moxley didn't bleed. It's impressive as hell. He didn't bleed the whole match. And Stephanie Vaquer, I think, looked really well. She made Mercedes look competent, and she really showed it. Like, she won a lot of people over. Stephanie Vaquer did at Forbidden Door, I feel.
That's cool. That's cool. Did Moxley lose the title or did he retain?
Yes, he lost the title. So I'll run it through. Spoiler alert for everybody here. I will run down these cards, this match real quick. Fletcher went over Serpentico on a pre-show, so we got that added to as well. Kings of the Black Throne won the multi-tag team match. Willow Nightingale and Tom Nakano went over Statlander and Watanabe. Mariah May went over Soraya. Lucha Bros and Mystico went over LIJ. MJF defeated Hechicero. The Elite and Okada went over the Acclaimed. Danielson beat Tagaki. Tony Storm retained over Shirakawa, which then they all had their three little bosom buddy kiss and everything. It got really awkward and really American Pie of I'm just waiting for Shad Khan to bust in on Tony Khan while he's booking this. And nothing to see here, Dad. Nothing. So Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata went over the learning tree. We got to come up with a name for Joe, Hook, and Shibata. Jack Perry won the ladder match for the TNT title. Mercedes defeated Vaquer, so she's now the New Japan Strong Women's Champion and the AEW TBS Champion. And Naito beat Moxley, and then Swerve retained over William Ospreay.
Okay. That sounds like it was a pretty stacked card, and I know the main event got about 20, almost 30 minutes. I know Mercedes Monet, her match almost got 20 minutes as well. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check it out. I hate that I missed out last night, but I'll definitely check it out.
No, it was good. Like I said, it wasn't flawless. It wasn't, as you'll see some people say that it was the greatest card that they've ever done. It was the greatest main event ever. I wouldn't even agree with that. I think there wasn't really a match that wasn't without flaws. Which I mean is kind of, standard a little bit, but
yeah,
the main event, like I said, was great, minus the weird cutaways. It had its flaws, but I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, it was like I said, it was a pretty solid show.
Yeah.
Speaking of 8s, we got 88 right now watching along with us as we about 2 minutes away from Monday Night Raw kicking off here. So 100%. Let's see if we can get this to triple digits before the show kicks off here, folks. And again, I will remind everybody, we do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. And we do have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships as well. In case we missed your comments, that's the way to show up, show out, because that's what the show's about. And it also helps to support the channel as well.
Absolutely. And down here, MDB says, I didn't miss much last night. So thank you for having my back.
Yeah, there was some pretty good high spots and high moments and everything like that. Like, there was definitely some stuff that you could have trimmed the fat off of, but overall, there was the makings of a pretty good show. It just felt weird because it doesn't have that Forbidden Door-y feel anymore. There's no big, huge, oh my god matches. Like, even the main event that everyone's saying is so great is a regular AEW match. You could have had that at Double or Nothing. You could have had that at All In. You could have had that at any AEW show.
I did hear the MJF match, I believe. A lot of people said that could have just been on Dynamite.
Oh, absolutely. That went too long for me. That was damn near, that should have been a squash, and it went, how long did it go? It felt like it went way longer. It went 9:50, so it went about a minute and 50 or it went 8 minutes and 50 seconds too long.
Okay.
It really like, you had no real build to it. I get that Hechichero's, over as a lucha and everything like that, but there's no connection. There's no reason for that to be a great match. And you're trying to build MJF of coming back and being one of your top guys. He's got to look dominant somewhere. He didn't against Rush. He didn't against Hechichero.
Okay, that makes sense because I've seen a lot of people. I missed the Roosh match actually a couple of weeks ago, but I have seen a lot of people say since he returned, and I know this is like the IWC, term, but like they said that it hasn't went well. But I don't know. I haven't.
But I've got then right now, sir.
I do too.
There we go. You got now.
Yep.
There we go. So we're perfect in sync, folks. So 100% we are ready to go with Monday Night Raw here. What's going to happen? Are we going to see more of the Wyatt Six? Are we going to see CM Punk and Drew go at it? We've still got Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest to set up more before we get to Money in the Bank this Saturday, which will be here live for it. So let us know how you feel and watch along with us. Absolutely, as we're synced up right now.
Yeah, I think we hopefully get some more Uncle Howdy stuff tonight. Last week was kind of epic what they did with the VHS tape and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's crazy to think that that's just a week removed. We've had this much crazy stuff happen in 1 week in pro wrestling that's just a week removed here. Sheamus showing up in a goddamn Tesla fucking smart truck, Cybertruck. He borrowed it from the Young Bucks, so now the EVPs don't seem so goddamn special, and good old Sheamus showing up in one too.
Right.
As we're rolling through the crowd right now here, folks. But yeah, and they've still now Howdy has a Twitter account and everything, and has been talking about, do you feel special? And breaks down that line of how was it when your brother died to just run it down, breaking it down to just becomes Howdy.
Right.
As we got Jey Uso running through the crowd, the man of the people. This is a hell of a way to start off this show.
All these new camera angles, camera cuts, and what they're doing, I mean, it's fantastic.
But Jey Uso's like the perfect guy for this, and we're not going to do the Fireflies, so we're going to have him come through the crowd if he's out there just everybody losing their goddamn mind.
Right.
He's like the ultimate. He's the LMFAO of WWE, of Party Rock is in the house tonight.
Right.
Oh, but no shit. Jay, don't do that. Turn the lights on. Tell him turn the lights on. No Fireflies. Turn the lights on.
Right, because the Fireflies are still out.
Right. Run. But we got Jey Uso coming out right now, folks, as sure did Richard. What? Yushi, what up? Anthony's here too. You can say hi. Be polite.
What up?
Well, no, I was not saying
what up.
I'll
say what up for him to say.
There you go. But yeah, Boston. How come you ain't at this show? It's in Boston. MGS match felt phony. Yeah.
Rocking some Wrestling for Life network shirts, Boston.
Absolutely. We'll have you be the Boston Street Team. Propunzo, happy Bobby Bonilla Day. Yes, only 11 more years of this day. Do you know about the lineage of Bobby Bonilla Day?
I do not.
So the Mets, long story short, because Jey Uso's coming out, Mets made a terrible contract, and still pretty much every year to this day, for, as Propunzo says, for the next still 11 years, have to pay Bobby Bonilla money today, even though the man hasn't played baseball in well over 20 plus years.
Wow. That's crazy. Yes.
John C., what up? Terrence, what up? Hey, it's still no, well, and T's and P's to McAfee and his whole family is everything. So still no Pat here, as we've got Corey Graves with Michael Coles. Michael Coles, he's doing his Pat. He's got the fucking flashlight. He's doing his best Pat, trying to use.
Yeah. I like how Michael Cole somewhat has kind of come out of his shell since being with Pat McAfee.
And well, it's that, and it's since Vince stopped being the fucking gnat in his ear.
Absolutely. I remember like one of the first nights he were like, things are a lot different here now. Michael Cole has said. So it's seeing a different side of Michael Cole, which we should have been seeing for years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Vance, that's a question for Terrence. Adam, I don't know how much came across in the broadcast, but the crowd was doing everything Mercedes did almost the whole match and cheering every time Stephanie had offense go away heat in the building. Oh, okay. So you were saying that they were booing. Yeah, well, she's the heel, so I mean, it's kind of, you're supposed to be getting that reaction. So I don't know if you can say it's go away heat. Go away heat would be more if she's trying to be the baby face and you're still booing the shit out of her.
She's much better heel. like you said, but she's not great at it, but she just does better as
Well,
a heel.
I personally don't like Mercedes or Sasha. I'll say this. She works great as a heel. She's just not a great pro wrestler, in my humble opinion. But she, as a character, as a heel character, that's what she's built to do. That's just her because that's her personally. It works better when that's you, how you are as a person, I feel.
Yeah. Okay. The great
It's like Logan Paul. Logan Paul's always going to be a heel.
Oh, yeah. He can't be a face at all.
He, I know I've always been out here doing the what chants. I don't think I can start using the yeet chants like Jey Uso does.
No, you got to stick to the what chants.
Right. Well, he's using it in the same perfect. What is it with pro wrestlers right now with fucking mullets? But Jay's got a hardcore mullet going. But yeah, he's using the yeet just like the what chants.
Yeah. I would rather see the what chants kind of fade away. Oh, we got Chad Gable coming out.
Well, we're setting up the tension for the Money in the Bank briefcase match.
Yeah.
Here. Curtis over under number of commercial breaks. I'll take a push on that one. The Yeeter of Worlds, Jey Uso, Ronan, main event Jey Uso is now in your city. Oh, I'm behind on these comments. Rob Bevan, Nick, speak of that. Do Cena show up out of nowhere? Why? Because they're in Boston?
You just want to pay me, don't you, Rob?
You don't want no do.
You know I can't stand Cena.
you don't like the jorts, man?
No, I don't.
He's saying that his last 2 weeks have been nothing short of miraculous. Man, people thought you were dead.
Right. I still don't understand how these people thought that he got pew-pewed in the head. I
mean, Christ, you still saw, the same T's and P's there for Paul Heyman after he's out there getting powerbombed through a table.
The obituary comes out and everything.
Will always halfway remain undefeated, I feel. Did you see the backstage promo? Dirty Dom caught like he was wearing a shirt with Eddie on it, and next to one of the trucks, Rhea's face. Yes, very much. They've very much played into a lot of that. Like even when Gable was coming in last week, we had Alexa Bliss up on the truck, and it was Alexa Bliss, not as happy Alexa Bliss. It was Alexa Bliss with the fucking spooky doll.
Right. It was the dark Alexa Bliss.
Right.
Do we see some type of Wyatt thing happen here since Chad Gable is out here?
Maybe. I mean, it's the 2 times that it's happened so far. It's involved Chad Gable heavily here, and especially also we talked about Jey Uso with the Fireflies.
Right.
Oh, so Gable's talking about how his family left him high and dry. We saw Gable talking to the Creed brothers and Ivy last week. Do we get the reintroduction or a new Gable family?
If not tonight, I know it's definitely soon. But Maxine Dupree and the rest, they said, no, we done with you. And I see a Joe Hendry sign in the audience. I don't know if anybody spotted that.
Let's go. Jay Inslee, I don't want no smoke with the Wyatts. I ain't trying to end up like your ass.
Right.
Yeah, they're teasing a lot. Glenn, what up? I wouldn't mind Chad Gable winning on Saturday. That'd be interesting. Oh, Gable just throwing hands on Uso. Just Joe, don't put that evil out there. We don't need all them censors. I almost was breaking my desk on Friday.
Right, them censors on Friday was a bit much.
It felt like you were watching it from a fucking stolen, like when you're trying to watch a pay-per-view for free and get it off the squiggly fucking old, when you're
exactly
trying to like pirate it.
I know some folks even said like WWE was kind of upset about it because it makes it seem like their production is bad too with the cutout.
Absolutely. 100%. It's one of those, they don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it. So it just looks completely ridiculous to them. And they're missing huge chunks because it's not just you cut the audio or anything. You cut the audio and the video.
Exactly.
Oh, lights out.
The lights are going out.
Hey, literally, there's one dude in the front just tell him, run, run.
The dude in the red shirt?
Yeah. They're here. As we're getting, again, the piano. I love that they're using Bray's music.
Yeah, keeping that alive because his theme was fire.
Oh, yeah. And Howdy's was trash.
That is true. That is true.
No, you have feet. Move. Use them. Oh, Jay's just gone.
Jay disappeared.
Holy.
At least they just cut out the audio. I'm
right. They're just cutting out one word instead of everything. Imagine if they went to black with this. Yeah, now you start to run as now he's billowing smoke. Bro, you would have not caught me out here this long.
As soon as the light started going out, I would have been gone. Would have been like the Flash.
Nope, run. Gable just back up. He's literally like backing up into a horror movie. He's backing up into smoke. Gacy's behind him.
Ooh.
You can tell with the pig ears and the pig mask there in the light there. Oh, is they're even messing with the audio? It sounds like, the twisted kind of like laugh and everything.
Yeah.
This is fucking, he's going through a fucking haunted house right now. This is Universal Studios, Horror Nights, 27. Oh, there's Redbeard. This is just,
so freaky.
There's Dexter. Well, it's still, you don't know what they wanted. Or why is it Gable? Why are we going at him? There's still so much to try and figure out here.
Exactly. Now it looks like
we're going up the steps.
Yeah.
Bro, turn the fuck around and just run. Why are you just backpedaling? There we go. Come on. Up two. Knees to chest. Could we get Alexa at Money in the Bank? I don't know. Oh, Flash, and there's Nikki. As again, the extra security got a box,
and they took out the security guards, which it took me about 3 minutes last week to realize.
Oh yeah, as we've got another package, we've got another VHS. I'm hoping, as again, no McAfee, and now we remember they were tying in McAfee before.
Yeah.
So we don't know if we're tying in McAfee with this. I'm not going to be like Meltzer and all that. And we cut to commercial.
Perfect.
Bravo. Grazie.
Perfect.
That's how you hook them into. I don't give a shit about this commercial. I ain't moving nowhere.
That was perfect.
Right? But folks, how we feeling about the Howdy and the Wyatt still messing with Chad Gable out here? And still, like I said, still seeming to mess with McAfee because we had everything, again, T's and P's to Pat's family and everything. But we still had it to where they were messing with him on the show. They were trying to play it off like it was nothing. They had the whole VHS it came in a box like that last week that was addressed to Pat that she handed to Michael Cole because obviously Pat wasn't there.
Right.
So this has got a bunch of outreach and layers here, a bunch of tentacles spreading out here. We're not sure exactly why they're going where they're going.
Yeah, I guess we got to narrow down and figure out why they are attacking Chad Gable. I know, like, one of the QR codes said something about you stop saying thank you, but there has to be something bigger behind it.
Right. Life Pop saying love everything about it. Freebird, the way security guards were laying on the desk and commentary, especially Michael Cole, just ridiculous. No, you gotta still suspend a little bit of that disbelief and everything. But that's the thing is they showed up and took out a whole backstage locker room and everything. They took out everybody on a gorilla. So the fact that they can still just pop up, there is a little of that fantastic to it. There is a little bit of the spook to it, a little spooky little horror movie aspect to it. But it's still not going full. Like they're not out here throwing fireballs at people and shit like that. It's still the lights go out. You're gonna get jumped. That's 100%. That's why anytime you're in a building, anything, you make sure you back up to the light switch so you can control if the lights go out. Because the lights go out, your ass getting jumped. So 100%.
Exactly. You mentioning throwing the fireballs though, it reminded me of
Jericho.
Liz did that to Randy Orton, and I was like, "What is this?"
Oh, I was thinking of Jericho as I'm a wizard, or when Hogan tried to do it. When Hogan tried to do it at Halloween Havoc to Warrior, and the flash
Yeah.
paper fucked up and everything.
Yeah,
was
I
awful.
forgot about that. My mind instantly went to the Thunderdome when Alexa Bliss did it to Randy Orton, and I'm like, why?
Oh no, well
Why?
that's when we had people's eyes getting popped out. We had people getting thrown off of buildings and everything like that.
Right.
I'm out here. What the fuck? Just like, what the fuck? Rolling another VHS. It has to be Pat McAfee being held hostage, tortured severely by the Wyatt Six on that tape. Oh, don't put that evil out there.
We went real deep there.
Yeah, but it's got to still tie into it. And it's still, even the video that they did had nothing specifically, the one that they did last week had nothing specifically to do with Pat. It was just more of, we're going to kind of, reach out and let you know we're here. Like, we didn't take out Gable with any of this, but we let you know we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. That video was more focused on Uncle Howdy and the conversation with Bo Dallas. That's kind of what we gathered out of it last week.
Right. Oh. As we're getting a replay of, you're not my tribal chief. Yeah, now we've got to see what's going to be the follow-up here. Now we've got the go home, the setup for them in a 6-man tag match versus Cody, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens, who were at the start of the show pretty much thrown out of the building, thrown out of the arena.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting come Friday.
Right.
Man, but Paul Heyman just went through it on Friday. He went through it.
As Cole, don't you know this? Like, no one's trying to investigate this box, fingerprint it, nothing like that. Figure out what the fuck's going on out here. You're just gonna openly,
right?
Take out of this. As again, we've got the VHS. We've got to have it on standby now because we used it last week.
Corey looks just freaked out.
Well, he's one of those of he's been this whole time about it of just keep them on Raw. I don't want to fucking deal with them. Keep them on Raw.
Yes, that is correct.
Right. Bro, I'm saying that thing freaked me the out. Alexis, what up? Dewey, Howdy, and the gang at Money in the Bank to cost Gable. Everybody feels like there's going to be somebody that shows up at Money in the Bank to cost somebody, but you can't have it happen to everybody here. Bro, what is going on with Rey's eyes in this freaking thing?
Yeah.
They had the little video, the picture up for... Yeah, one was going sideways, the contact lenses. One was going this way, and the other was straight up and down. So, man, he had the Shawn Michaels eye. Now you're going to get double blocked by him because I said that. As we're getting the New Day coming out right now. So, it looks like we're getting Xavier Woods versus Karrion Kross. Perfect. USA did the new, it's way better than Fox. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Phil saying crazy start to the show. Was that Sister Abigail? No, that was Nikki Cross, though, which some people are saying she's doing Sister Abigail. Some people say she's doing Abby the Witch. I think it's more Abby the Witch. But it's a little back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever got like who Sister Abigail was. I thought we had it as Alexa Bliss, but it didn't turn out to be her.
No, well, yeah, it was kind of halfway doing that, and then it got with the whole Lily doll and everything, and it kind of just went sideways.
Yeah.
Beef Squatch Fox was brewed on Friday. Yes, it was. Next time, Wyatt 6 use Betamax. They're going to have a floppy disk out here.
Those old
back reverse. They're going to have 8 millimeter film and everything like that.
Right. They're going to have a cassette tape with some weird sound on it.
Literally. As we've got Karrion Kross coming out here. Tony O, what up? Best shit. He just randomly saying Cookie Monster. Fair enough. Todd Bradley, what up? It's a little Days of Our Lives. What? I'm sure you're not comparing the Wyatt 6 to Days of Our Lives.
Right. I don't think they're trying to turn this into like General Hospital or something.
No ER, no none of that.
None of that. Man, I hate that Karrion Kross still comes out and gets no reaction from the crowd, but it is what it is.
So I've seen people ask this online. What is it with Karrion Kross? What can we definitively say is the reason why he's just feels dead in the water. Like no matter what, he's just kind of floating.
You know, I thought, you know, folks would forget about what happened when he originally debuted on Monday Night Raw and lost to Jeff Hardy. But I really think that was just the icing on the cake for him. Like that was just the defining moment of why this will never work in WWE.
I don't think it's just that. I think it's much like with the whole death of WCW thing. It's a collection, it's a snowball effect of things. I think the biggest thing, the first thing that was the straw that broke the camel's back was the Adam Cole promo of, you know what they have to do to make me cool, ring the bell. When he's talking about how they gave you the girl, they gave you the lights, they gave you the effects, they gave you all of this. And really just kind of dog walked like you were talking about with Miz earlier, Karrion Kross. Then he comes up to the main roster and he's Trojan man. And it's been so start with him. Like he was out here with the Pride and that went nowhere for either side. Now he's out here with the New Day and he's trying to convert to convert Xavier Woods into this. It's been a lot of start after what wasn't already a great start. So it's like you false started and then you tripped and fell the whole fucking rest of the way down the track.
Yeah, and then he was released and he came back, and I was actually there when he came back because he came back in Greenville, South Carolina. So I was there live, and it seemed like he was going to go after Roman Reigns because he brought out the thing and was like TikTok, right? And then it just kind of fell from there, and then he went into a program with Drew, and then Drew won that, and then it was like, okay, where do we put Karrion Kross now?
Yeah, and now do you worry of you having two spooky gimmicks, two spooky factions on Raw? Now he's always just been like in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is kind of like like you said, the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right.
I don't know.
As folks, let us know who you're taking as Woods with a crossbody out on the outside on Kross, of who you're taking between Karrion Kross and Xavier Woods. Does Xavier Woods join the Final Testament? Does he go heel from the New Day?
Well, something that wasn't talked about a lot on social media was a couple of weeks ago when Xavier Woods was trying to talk backstage and Kofi Kingston kind of butt in, and you can tell by Xavier Woods' face that he was a little irritated and annoyed by Kofi Kingston. So I don't know. Maybe they're planting the seeds that he'll eventually turn. I do think personally it's kind of time for the New Day to kind of go their separate ways. After Big E got injured, it kind of just failed to me after that.
Well, was he kind of the last thing that was really kind of going with them as we go to commercial breaks? So we're on break number 2, and stop me, please, if I'm ever, I guess, Kofi Kingston, you're Xavier Woods out here.
No, you're fine.
But well, they do kind of, New Day is just kind of stale, respectfully. And I don't know, it's always going to be so weird to see if they ever were to split apart, if we ever got, like, people always wanted that New Day triple threat. I was never one of those people. I think they just kind of, they're the John Cena's a little bit of, you kind of got to stay face of just, you ride it the way it is. You ride that shit till the wheels fall off. Xavier's probably the last one that's got something outside of Big E, if he can come back, hopefully, to the ring, that's got something that he can kind of still be a mid-card guy. Like him as King Woods and everything of him kind of running for the IC belts, I believe, and all that was pretty good. Kofi, I think, is kind of, I'm going to dare say, washed. I think he's a good talent. He's a good guy to be there. But at this point, he's a guy to help get people over.
Oh, yeah. And I think he even said, Kofi Kingston said, when his contract, the one they signed just a couple of years ago expired, that he was kind of done, wrestling. He was going to retire. So he's definitely at the, the end of his career. Like you said, Xavier Woods got a couple of more good years in him. I really think at this point, Big E is not returning to a professional wrestling ring, and I hate to say that. So I think it's really time for them to just kind of to break that tag team up.
Fair enough. And I will just never say never when it comes to Big E, because that man, when he won the world title, it was just a fucking amazing moment, and he should have held it for much longer. And It's so crazy to think that my biggest whole thing with this, and I don't want to fucking really rehash that whole spot that led to this, but it was an unnecessary spot that didn't need to happen in an unnecessary match that wasn't getting anything over. So just, I'm glad that now it seems like people are a little bit more responsible with the spots that they do and safety. And I just really hope that he can get back in the ring. But yeah, it sucks that that fucking happened. But
oh yeah, and it sucks that he lost the WWE Championship the way he did. You know,
right.
I want to blame that on Roman because he contracted COVID. That was another moment I was there live for. That, yeah, because it came to Atlanta, came to my home.
You hot to it on Roman, and that's how he got it. That's what it is. You gave me that old hot tour.
I was halfway to the arena when I found out that Roman wasn't going to be there. I was with my friend, and I turned and I was like, "You want to go back home?" Because we only bought the tickets for Roman Reigns, to be honest. And we went anyway. But to see Big E lose like that, I hated it. I hated it.
Yeah. Well, it's so weird how New Day had really great championship wins with Kofi and Big E, and really just heartbreaking championship losses with Kofi and Big E.
Big E. Both by the same person.
Fuck. The Darth Maul to Emperor Palpatine on WWE, which, by the way, homie out of the Spanish announce table for AEW was giving a lot of people heart attacks and double takes. They had that man backstage, and he looked exactly like he who shall not be named with the pencil mustache.
Yes, he did.
AEW. They're just like, holy shit. Well, we thought they were going to get one McMahon. They might have gotten two.
I know a lot of people were taking that picture and was like, no, AEW didn't. Because it really did look like he.
That's the thing, is he's just a Spanish commentator.
Right.
He just so happened to be. As we're back in action, folks, as Geek Bucks, what up? The New Day is now the Antique Day. Yeah. There's some dust on them bitches. Alex, there's a real possibility chance that Dominik officially folds to Liv on Raw tonight because of the new Liv Morgan shirt on WWEshop.com. Well, you should go and get our merch store, our shirts. We don't have a Liv Morgan one, but we got a Netflix and show one, a wrestling show for when they go to Netflix.
Right.
So when you find your Liv Morgan that's calling you daddy and everything, absolutely. There we go. So 100%, we got all of the merchandise and the links in the description of the videos. I'm trying to pull the thing up. There we go. Tag team back again. And yes, MDB, I saw that of, where was it? Somewhere of, yes, Samoan spiked that like button on the stream. Glenn saying that the New Day will split up very soon.
Hopefully.
Biggie, Voldemort McMahon, absolutely. He should not be named. Small package, most devastating. Hey, I like, though, now it's the little small package, but I like how it was the surprise roll up that Woods was trying to copyright and use as a finisher, or at least, use it as a finisher and calling it the backwoods. I was like, my man knows. My man's knows. My man's with it.
I need someone to do like a win-loss record on Karrion Kross, because this is just it's depressing to see as a Karrion Kross.
He hits the big elbow and then turns around and loses on a fucking roll-up.
Right.
The most devastating move in professional wrestling. And I'll do it easy for you. Just take Orange Cassidy's win-loss record and flip it. Oh, as AOP, yeah, you know me, taking out the New Day. Fun fact, every title Brock Lesnar's won, he had. Nah, we're not going to. Moving on. I'm in Atlanta too, but I was out of town with the fam when day one was here. So John C. and Anthony, you might be neighbors.
Yeah, we might be neighbors.
Where everybody. Oh, Kross laying out Kofi. Oh, that didn't look that devastating, honestly.
At first, I thought it was
going to be barricaded. It looked kind of shit. Oh, Kross trying to break Kofi's arm out here with the fucking. chicken wing cramp, whatever the fuck this is called. This is Kross is just, or Scarlett's in there just like watching. It's just awkward now. Somebody's got to be showing up here or something. They're holding this for a goddamn long time. Kobe's halfway busted up above the eye here a little bit. Like he's got a little bit of color on his eyebrow. Good God, did that take fucking forever? If you're going to do something that it's like a break spot or anything like that, it's one of those to where you're looking like you're going to snap somebody. You don't sit there for goddamn 2 minutes doing it.
That was a long time.
You sit there and do it. Well, it's like going back to Christ, I hate this woman. Ronda Rousey, when she was in the match with Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie, when she goes and she pulls back on the armbar and locks it in on Stephanie, and Steph instantly taps out. It worked perfectly because Ronda goes right out of frame, and it looks instant because the second she locks it in, Steph taps and everything like that.
Yeah.
Kofi looked like he was still halfway fighting the whole time. Like there was no point to where it looked like it really like it broke anything or it really would be like devastated. It's just more of like, this really sucks. Can you just, someone's going to stop this, please?
Yeah. And with nobody coming out to help. I'm like, who would?
And the rest, no one gets involved. It was just awkward and long.
Yeah. It was real weird.
The most devastating move in sports entertainment, the surprise roll up. 0-1, everybody 0-1.
Yeah. I really thought Karrion was gonna win, but yeah, they don't want him to win anything at this point. So
apparently it's so fucking weird though. Cause like you put all of this behind him, but you just ain't doing shit with it. Like you put a collection together, just you're gonna leave it in the corner of a storage closet and just leave it alone.
And just keep it there. Like we're
just
never
keep
going
it.
back
It's gonna still sit there. It looks real nice, but it ain't doing shit for you.
Right.
I'd love to see Anthony with you, but where's the other co-host? You mean KJ White, the Every Night Delight? He's on the vacay. Hey, what do you say? He's down by the bay playing with some clay. Maybe smoking some hay. We don't know.
Oh, we got today.
Dom with this mustache is fucking killing me. He looks like he's a guy playing like it's the undercover. Like he can rip that off at any moment.
Yeah.
What is that caterpillar on your face, sir? Respectfully, he looks like in the old. We're like, yeah, he's the fucking kid that's getting hyped up of going there, pretend you're 21, buy us a fucking 6-pack, and he's gonna give you this fake mustache.
Wait, so he says the live thing is not his fault. I think it really is your fault because you tried to help Becky Lynch at Night of Champions or whatever.
I don't think he tried.
King and Queen of the Ring. I think that's what that was.
I don't think he tried. I think it's just one of those of it just so happens to be. But this is like goth Hot Topic Sons of Anarchy. They got their own little fucking clubhouse. You've got Damien out here just trying to keep fucking order. And Dom's out here with the hoochie mamas. Hoochie mama. We've got cock block Balor out here. Hey, and I like that we're setting up the tension between Finn and Damien because I think that's ultimately the feud that we have here. I think Damien loses the title at Money in the Bank, and we set to SummerSlam of Finn versus Damien.
This year's SummerSlam.
Yes, absolutely. Because think about it, there's the whole thing tied into it of if Damien loses, he's out of Judgment Day. If Damien wins, Seth never challenges for the title as long as he's champion.
And I think that's perfect.
That's fine. I've been on this hill. I guess Damien's never going to want to ever speak to me. If I ever meet Damian Priest in person, I think he has full privilege to just chop me in the chest, just on site.
You're gonna get a South of Heaven choke slam.
Yeah, exactly. This man's just gonna goozle me the second he sees me. I think Dom is El Generico with a mustache to hide his identity. Yes. The never unmasked El Generico. Randolph, what are you translating, sir? With now, no. How now, brown cow? What?
Finn Balor trying to tell Damian the truth. Said, since you
Oh,
lost that title, you've changed.
man, he lost the title. What title we talked about that he lost?
Right.
Well, I think it's also, though, you had Liv last week help JD and Finn win the tag belts. So now she's won them over. So Liv's out here again. Perfect revenge story. She's taken everything from them. I took Dom. I'm starting to take Judgment Day. I've already taken Finn and JD. Carlito he's brand new. He don't have no allegiance to anybody. He don't give a fuck. He's the one out there of, oh yeah, you should 100%. If you're not going to use it, I mean, if it's just sitting there, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I guess this kind of just popped in my head. I don't know if this is a part of the stipulation with the title match at Money in the Bank, but what if Liv somewhat helps Damian retain the title?
Oh,
so Liv can try to get on Damian's good side.
Tries to win him over that way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? Instantly, I would think to counter that. I was like, you just fell into my trap card. You instantly just turn around and then hear,
Becky Lynch back.
Because I mean, she's still floating out there. I think Becky's just away for a while. That's not a bad shout if Liv shows up, because 100%, why not try and win over Damian? Then you've fully just taken Judgment Day 2 as well. You're just cleaning the board here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If she gets on Damian's good side, she basically has the board, because like Dominik Mysterio, he's gonna fall in line. He's easily gonna fall in line. And then when Rhea comes back, Rhea's gonna be like, what happened to the original Judgment Day?
Right. Well, 100%. I thought it just reminds me of people saying how Dominik Mysterio has dethroned Mark Henry for the world's strongest man in pro wrestling, because that man is not folded to Liv Morgan yet so far. So he's holding strong. But the breakup coming very soon. Balor versus Damian feuding coming as we're in commercial break. Dom has finally fully transformed into Waluigi with a mullet. Wario. Yeah, he's shit because he's scrawny and purple. Yes, he definitely is Waluigi. Is Dom just Mexican Jack Barry? You know, they both look like some motherfuckers that would go to a restaurant and just order chicken nuggets. So 100%, I'll go with that. And
right
out here, they got Anna Jay. They very much outkicked their coverage. One's Anna Jay, the one's Liv Morgan outkicking their coverage. Yeah, that's just fucking funny as shit. Geekbox, that's good.
That's a good one, Geekbox. That's a good one.
You can't trust a guy named Fergal. Yes, 100%. Finn Balor is Fergal Devitt. Man sounds like a fucking Lord of the Rings, Elden Ring character. Fergal Devitt. Never trust a man that sounds like he's related to Smeagol.
I feel like that's something you'll find like in the seasoning aisle at the grocery store. Someone go give me the Fergal Devitt.
And a nice Fergal Devitt salad. That's how we got them abs. Geekbox, you would get that. I mean, the name is Geekbox, so I should have expected, but you would get that reference. I play Pot of Greed. I draw 2 cards. Let's go. Nerd. I feel like Homer Simpson now, just yelling at the car. Nerd. But I see 104 people kicking it with us. I appreciate it 100%. Now I'm going to start laying down the challenges like I did on Forbidden Door. Let's see if we can add 100 per hour here as we're through the first hour of Monday Night Raw, including us with a little half hour. So we're still got a little time here. Let's see if we can jump to 120, 130, 140.
Yeah, jump over that little hurdle.
Right. Yeah. We were out here with about 200, 220 plus, etc. during the Forbidden Doors. So let's see. Yeah, we're going to start pitting audiences against each other. Now let's see if you can outdo the Forbidden Door audience. Let's go here.
Right.
As we're getting I thought it might be just a Sika package, but it's kind of a whole Bloodline package.
Package.
Yeah, no, it is for Sika. Yeah. So T's and P's to the Anoa'i family.
What would be really cool with this whole Bloodline thing, and may he rest in peace, but if Umaga was still alive,
right,
how he would fit in this whole Bloodline thing.
You know, I think you halfway have that a little bit with Jacob, and I think you also have that obviously with his son still floating around of Zilla, who's teased about showing up. Now, you've still got Hikuleo, you've still got Lance Anoa'i. I think this works really well, and it was super cool. And what is a missed thing, and we're talking about it while it was happening. As Paul out here with this, but it was the same lay, or I don't know the true term for it or whatever, but the sacramental lay that was given from Sika and from Alpha and Sika to Roman was same thing. So especially that close to everything, it was that extra little knife dig that was kind of nice there. A little bit of really made it a much bigger moment thinking about it.
Yeah, you definitely pointed that out on Friday, because it was like I watched our reaction probably several times. how you were like, you can't do this. You can't do this right after Sika's pass.
I was like, it's sacrilege. It's heresy. But no, 100%, and especially it's crazy to think still. I know people have their whole feelings about the Bloodline storyline and everything, but it's so crazy to think in the grand scheme of things of how much one family, and their name ain't McMahon, has had such an impact on pro wrestling industry.
Yeah. And not just over the past, 2 years, 2.5, 3 years that this really kicked off.
The history of pro wrestling.
Yeah, all of pro wrestling over years and years of time. This family has cemented their legacy in professional wrestling. Like, you can't talk about professional wrestling without talking about this family.
No, I would honestly say across the board is talking about pro wrestling history. Don't come at me, bro, but I will say that this is collectively the greatest family in pro wrestling history, just because of across the board. They're still set up for the next 2-3 generations down the road to still be, killing it in pro wrestling here. And this goes all the way back to, High Chief, to the fucking Head Shrinkers, to Yokozuna, all the way through to Rikishi, Umaga, all of that. The Rock, Roman Reigns. And not even just within WWE, to where you've had, Jacob doing everything on the independent scene. You've had, this whole spread across every level of pro wrestling here.
Yeah. It's spanning across multiple companies. Yeah.
Right. Well, Lance 100% been out there. As we're getting Liv backstage here.
I like
it's crazy to think she got a sloppy seconds chant going over last week.
I like how, as we inch closer and closer to January and the Netflix, kickoff, that they're putting in some of those, kind of TV 14 type. Yeah.
I keep saying it's going to be the last time I say it, and then it still comes up as she's Puerto Rican Batgirl.
Puerto Rican Batgirl.
Bro, it's the flag. She looks like she's literally about to just drop off on top of a building and just kind of glide down.
Right.
Like, it worked. It was super amazing to see that in Puerto Rico. I don't need to see it every week.
Oh yeah, it was definitely amazing to see it in Puerto Rico. Maybe she can come up with something different, being in the States. I don't know.
Well, no, it's not even as the fucking Puerto Rican thing. It's just the whole flag thing. Like, ta-da! Batman. But like when she was coming out here and everything kind of had this little cosplay twist to it and everything like that, like she's one of those that, I'll say this respectfully, has gotten a lot of the younger fans behind her and everything like that, because she will do the cosplay stuff and everything, much like Dakota will do it a little bit, and halfway streams. And same thing like how Jade was She-Hulk and Chitara and all of that. That's become a little bit infused with especially women's wrestling gear now. So I like that infusion versus constantly the like Puerto Rican flag. That's fine. You want to include it, but I don't need like, am I supposed to salute it now? Do I take my hat off? Do I stand up? What do I do here?
Right. What do I do here? Exactly. I think it looks cool, but yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from.
As someone who lives in a city with a giant Puerto Rican flags, Puerto Ricans love their flag, and that's fine. Trust me, I have a House of Black flag and an Italian flag in my living room up and everything. So again, it's much like Italians, we love our flags. I get it, but you don't gotta come out like, imagine Santino if he came out just every time with a giant like Italian flag and just spread out like Batman. I am much man.
No, agreed.
Yeah, Jacob's got 7 kids. I think Roman's got like 5 or some ridiculous number. Like that's the thing, is they got a whole second roster set up of just their children.
Roman has, I believe, 2 sets of twins. So like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Stoner Jesus, I hope everyone's having a great night, and may the blunt be with you and also with you. I don't know if Anthony's a vitamin partaker, but you know, you're honorary by proxy. Pasta me and running wild. Yeah, so how we feeling, folks? We're coming up on the first hour of Monday Night Raw. I don't know what commercial break we're on right now. I want to say 4. I could be wrong.
I was just about to say I feel like this is like 4.
There we go. We're getting an advertisement for Money in the Bank, which we will be here live for from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, as we're getting SmackDown there, Money in the Bank, and Heatwave following right after that.
Oh, forget about Heatwave was next weekend.
No, maybe. It's literally all right in a row. It's Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
It's surprising to me to be getting ready to watch a WWE event at night.
Oh, right. It's been
and they've all been brunch with the boys out here. They've all been in the afternoon. I got the whole rest of my Sunday to just enjoy.
It's been what, since WrestleMania, since it's been
there has not been a domestic WWE PLE since WrestleMania.
Right. And before that, they were in Australia? And then they were here for the Royal Rumble. So yeah.
Right. Brother Fluff, thank you for the $5 super chat of, if memory serves, Shawn Michaels thinks you should stick the Canadian flag up your nose. Well, then he also was using it as floss in certain areas and everything. 100%. And now you got to bring that up on Canada Day. And now KJ ain't going to be here because we're talking bad about the Canadian flag.
Right.
Happy Canada Day, by the way, to everyone out there. After Dom goes with Liv, he should get a shirt that says, oh. Not gonna lie, you had me in the first half. As we're getting a replay from the Wyatt 6 earlier, so we still haven't seen what was on the VHS tape. They had to go and find
right.
Tape player. They had to go and find the VCR.
I forgot. We still got the VHS.
The creepy, zombie-like, witch-like. Now, are they... Anyone... I don't know if you heard it. Did they actually mention any of these people by name? Like, they know who they are? Or are they just acting like... I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't think they've mentioned anybody by name just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Corey's very much like, we're safe right here. Just make sure we're safe. So we're getting Zelina Vega versus Liv Morgan, folks. So let us know who you're taking with this. As fuck, now I got to cheer for Zelina because she's repping Puerto Rico. She's from NY, and I've got goddamn Liv out here wearing a Red Sox jersey. So just on principle, as being a Yankees fan, I gotta pull for Zelina Vega here. Just you gotta stand on business. I'm 10 tone down on the 10
gotta stand on business here.
Yeah, stand on business, my guy.
All right, we got Liv Morgan coming out now.
Has this been the best thing for her career?
I think so. I think so. I think they did. I know I don't want to get into it. I know there's a lot of controversy about this storyline, right?
Well, so it's funny that you bring this up, and I will ask this, and we can talk about this as I guess as much as we can, feeling comfortable here as Liv just coming out here, and she's getting more and more Rhea-esque style gear look and everything, and even the theme a little bit. But that's kind of what I was going to bring up. Of it's okay for Rhea to be out here just getting everybody all hot and bothered and making everybody question which side of the fence they sit on and everything. But when it's Liv doing it, now it's an issue. I mean, I know the whole stuff with Dom and all that, but Liv's out there doing Rhea was out there doing same type of thing. So why we got this kind of halfway double standard? I see no issue with neither. But that's my question.
Yeah, I'm there too. Like personally, I don't see an issue with neither, to be honest. I'm trying to choose my words carefully, but I don't know.
It's hard.
I don't see a problem. I think that's just me. And I feel like if they're presenting this on TV and both parties agreed, why are we, making a big deal out of something that's not there? I don't know.
And it's also it feels to me, honestly, a little bit of people looking to find a reason to be upset about things. And with the whole tribalism aspect, people look for a reason to be upset about stuff and everything like that. Like 100%. We sit there and say, we get accused of, being shows for this show or that company, what have you. We're just objective on it of, I'm going to call it like I see it. If I see what I see and everything, I'm not going to try and weaponize, a storyline or whatever, just trying to look for a reason to be upset or offended by it here. To me, you can't sit there and say, I want edgier content and all of this. And then when you get edgier content, well, I didn't mean that type of content. Well, no.
Right.
You want them to placate towards an adult audience, but you want just what you want. You can't be mad when they don't do the stories that you wrote in your head.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything you said, I agree with. Is straight down the middle.
Fair enough. Trying to be as through the uprights. Well, see, Christ, I can't say that as a Buffalo fan because half the time it ends up blowing wide right for some reason. The crowd is dead. Cricket. The VCR is hidden in the back corner. That's the movie reel. Yeah. Hey, wrestling's starting to remind me of when we were kids in school and everything like that. When they'd roll out the VHS player, sometimes it was the best. It was the highlight of your day.
Oh,
now
yeah.
It's starting to be that way. The same thing with pro wrestling. They roll out the VHS player. It's the highlight of your day.
They roll out that cart with the big TV on it. Yeah.
And it's strapped on there for no fucking reason. Why is it got seatbelts?
Like somebody's
going off-roading? But folks, let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking Zelina Vega or Liv Morgan. Why is everybody taking Liv Morgan? Exactly. Bill Nye, the science god. Bill Nye, the science god. Bill.
There comes Dominik Mysterio.
Daddy Dom.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, that and come on the magic school bus. Vega firing up. VCR cart. Oh boy. Damien, keep it in your pants. Nah, not Chicken Hawk. That one was the kid of the crazy hen that was chasing Foghorn. Okay, Ken. Foghorn Leghorn. I said what I said was.
We got
you ain't gonna catch me slipping on no Looney Tunes. I'm a fucking child of the late 80s, early 90s. Oh, golfer. He's finally figured out which side he's supposed to be heel for. Saying this is lame. He normally will just pop in and be like, number one heel viewer here.
Right.
Wrestling for Life Network. Do it, Rockapella. Mamma mia. Here I go again. No, I 100%. This is the best time you can have watching wrestling. It's nothing but watching it with your homies. Absolutely. From Anthony, from me, and KJ, everybody in the chat, this is nothing but just having a good time out here. Of as long as you keep it above the waist, we out here just having a good time.
Absolutely, that's what we're here for.
Right, as we're in commercial break number 5, and we haven't made it out of the first hour. I took the push on 12, and we've got 5, and we haven't made it out of the first hour.
Exactly. Like I keep looking at the clock, and I'm like, "Is it 9 yet? Is it 9 yet?" No.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got 2 more hours to go. We're already at 5. We're gonna be at 15 by the time we get through 9:30.
Absolutely.
Wrestling for Life Network. Do you even remember the Carmen Sandiego game show? That's what a do Rockapella is from. Oh, I remember. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Legends of the Hidden Temple. Actually, on a completely side note tangent, as we're out here on a commercial break in 5 deep. Shout out to everybody, as I know we've been flirting with 100 and all of that. We've been back and forth with it. Let's see if we can at least stay north of it. But yeah, there's a channel I found on YouTube and everything like that too, where they go through and they pretty much do damn near what we do while watching old Guts episodes. And they'll actually even like one person. So like, say if it was me, you, and KJ, one person would have the red competitor, one person has the blue competitor, person has the purple competitor, and it's literally like you get invested of who's gonna win this event and all that. Like, it's just been fun going back through like the old 90s nostalgia that way.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. It's been a long time since I've seen Guts.
do you have it? Guts. Our age is showing, but
oh, right. I think MDB mentions even Legends of the Hidden Temple. I have not seen that in years. I feel like that's why
there was no way to beat that, right? Like, there was no way to beat that.
Yeah, no way at all.
Let's see if we can try and remember the team names on a random tangent as we're just commercial break here. There was the Blue Barracudas, the Purple Parrots, the Orange Monkeys, Red Piranhas, the Silver Snakes or something. Yeah, they always had all
like you got all of them.
I'm just a nerd. That's what it is. Like I said, that's why I was yelling nerd before. I was just projecting.
Nerd.
Nerd. As we're back in action, folks, this Ronald Mysterious is out here too. Who the fuck has a cut-off Letterman's jacket?
I guess Rey.
That was styling and not styling and awkwardly profiling. Nerd. Where's Nick Mysterio?
He's playing the Tom and Nick.
Yeah, where is
Nick? We got Tom out there.
Tom and Jerry.
Wait, is that Rhea Ripley's submission?
Oh yeah, the cloverleaf. It's literally as you said it, as Cole's pointed out, she's using Rhea's submission to get the win.
She is trying it hard. This is good.
But that's the thing, is people just want to look at, a reason to be upset about this. This is just so good. This is what she exactly said she was going to do. I'm taking everything from you.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, now, like she used that move. Maybe she wins with the
Riptide. Blueberry. I like how everyone now, we've just got everyone picking their allegiance to old 90s, Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Now I feel like I need to watch that. It's been a long time.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna send you some links, my guy. Like I said, I feel like we got a whole bunch of random topics that people got to remember to bring up the next time we do a baking club and everything.
Right.
Got the members only streams. If you want to hear us ramble about all the non-wrestling stuff and everything, make sure you become a member, and that's how you get access to the members only streams. As Zelina with a 2 count here.
This match is starting to pick up. At first, I wasn't really into it, but it's kind of starting to pick up.
Well, and there is something to be said if you can make it a good match when you know the outcome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoo.
Step up in it's kind of a shining wizard there. A little bit of a step up in Zuri. And then, in case you were wondering, Ronan's letting you know, Legends of the Hidden Temple is currently on Pluto TV.
Hey, good to know. I like Pluto TV. They took off my pro wrestling channel though, and I've been a little pissed.
Oh, was that the one where they just showed TNA?
Oh no, they have the one that still shows TNA, but they had a pro wrestling channel that showed a lot of indie wrestling, and they just randomly took it off. So they showed like Defy.
I mean, can you really be mad at something that's free when it doesn't do the thing you exactly want it to do? It's free, my guy. Like it costs you nothing. They got nothing put into that. What are they chanting right now?
I don't know. Now I gotta turn it up to here. I still can't understand.
Everyone's out here just claiming this fucking
shave your mustache.
Like
shave your mustache is the chant.
Oh, he just pulled it off. That's what it looks like. He looks like he's just, and just could pull it off. Inspector Dummy. I like how that's becoming a thing and coming back into pro wrestling of the roll out of the ring to save yourself from taking a pin, because for the longest time that wasn't, it just acted like it never existed.
Exactly. And
you should try and do everything to get the fuck out of the way.
Right. And it buys you a lot of time.
And it gives you an excuse to go to the outside versus you just slide to the outside and go there. Yeah. It works better if you're going to go to the outside. Give me a reason why you went out there versus you just go there.
Going out there.
Nick, Nickelodeon. Fun fact, good old Mama Big Nick. That was her nickname for me. Was Nickelodeon.
I like that.
Yeah. 619.
619.
Damn.
Right on the face.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Oh. Is this a 3 count?
2 count, 2 count, 2 count.
I thought we all said this match was pretty bad at the beginning, but
try and help Zelina. Why are you trying to help Liv? I actually, as I said that, as he slides a steel chair to Zelina of saying, "Do it, hit her with it,"
while the ref is looking.
Yeah, but she just clocks in with it. But I like that it shows I'm a babyface. I'm gonna cheat like you, asshole.
Right.
Oh,
live mad, Oblivion.
2, 3. Liv Morgan retains as your WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Women's World Heavyweight Champion. I said it right. I don't know. But 100%.
And Michael Cole on commentary, he's so stupid, saying dummy Dom messed it up.
Why is Rey out here in fucking UPS gear? He just come off his second shift?
Brown and white, absolutely.
Right.
It's hilarious.
Now, why are you leaving together? Run, motherfuckers. Say, get away from me.
Right. There goes Kathy Kelly.
Right.
For the interview.
Playing the best distraction. Like, let's not forget, folks. We caught these two leaving the same backstage locker room in goddamn 8K months ago.
Right.
So she's dedicating all of her victory tonight and all of her future victories to the most gorgeous man, Dominik Mysterio.
Her daddy Dominik.
But this works so well if she's playing that kind of. She's Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Oh, she's playing fucking mind games on the guy instead of being the one getting the mind games played on them.
Absolutely.
He's out here and people don't know how to handle when the chick's out here controlling the situation a bit, I feel.
Right. Man, this is every week. Like, I get more into this story with Liv Morgan. Like, you think it might fall flat, but she does something, or Dom does something where you're like, okay, I'm invested again.
We just crossed the first hour and we've already still had Dom and Liv already brought up. We've had the Wyatt 6, we had Jey Uso, we've had the Money in the Bank qualifying, and now we've still got CM Punk and Drew getting brought up here. Like, there's just that cup runneth over with stories here. Right. And we still got to follow up on the Wyatt thing from later on here. It's very much as Raw has gone from what feels like an hour spread over 3 hours to now 3 hours that you almost feels like it's less than 3 hours.
Absolutely.
It's become appointment viewing.
Yeah. Like, you got to watch each and every week. And it's crazy. Just a couple of weeks ago, a lot of people were.
Everything ties into stories. Sorry.
All right. Now, I was just saying, it's crazy. Just like a couple of weeks ago, you were seeing a lot of people were like saying Raw is the better show, right? And I think it really relatively have. And then in a week's time, in about 2 weeks' time, it was like Raw and SmackDown are on the same page again, because it's like SmackDown hit with the Bloodline stuff. So it's crazy.
It's just fucking good, my guy. Like, at this point, it's trying to just deny that something's good, as Seth Rollins out here is again. We've still got Shayna and Zoe, well, especially Sonya Deville talking to Zoe as Shayna pulls her away. So we've still had that going on as well, and that's the thing that's been cool with this. Of again, why I'm saying it's appointment booking, it's appointment viewing. Of you've got to pay attention to every segment, because there's this thing that's happening in here that ties into there over there, and there's that thing that's just happening in the background that's a hint for something to do 2 weeks down the road here. It's the goddamn MCU right now. We've got the WWE CU, the fucking cinematic universe. It just involves wrestling.
Right. You got to pay attention to every Easter egg, every moment. Like, I didn't even pay attention to like the Easter eggs before until they actually started to happen. And then when I saw Alexa Bliss on the truck last week, I was like, you know what? I'm playing into this. Alexa is coming back because she's on the truck. Like, you got to pay attention to everything. It's crazy.
Right. And you can take a seat on the bench, sir. Please be here, Punk, as we're getting a hype up. And so it's going to come out soon of the whole behind the scenes leading into WrestleMania 40 night 1 and night 2 here.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this. This was supposed to come out the Wednesday.
Yeah, is it weird that it was supposed to come out then and then doesn't?
Right, and now it took them 3-4 months to get it out. So I'm excited for this documentary.
Oh yeah, 100. Well, and it's so interesting of WWE's managed to halfway scratch that itch. Well, pro wrestling has a way to scratch that itch at this point of whether you're viewing it strictly kayfabe on everything of is 100% lit or 100% this is what happens, all of that. Hey, we're getting a teaser of it.
Yeah, we're getting
sorry, but that's the thing is it pulls back the curtain for guys like us, guys and gals like us, they-thems like us that want to know all the ins and outs of this, want to know what went in here, how did they get to here, want to know the inner workings.
Absolutely. Want to know everything that happens to get to the big moments.
Right. As you even see the whole board to where they're saying of how we've got to send out, this title to the MLB franchises, that title to the NHL franchise. Like, it reminds me of, because they did something at one point, I feel, with Dana White went behind, like Dana White's got the whole Contender Series and everything, but to where they went through and showed about like how when he'll set up a card a little bit. And this feels kind of similar. If you see like the big whiteboard that's got everything laid out.
Yeah. And I do remember, like, at one point there was a video that came out, and it might have been pertaining to this, where Triple H talked about like 90% of the WrestleMania card was set in October already.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I just, it's good to see things like that where they show the behind the scenes.
There's one thing that I would say that I think has been the newest change to WWE beyond, oh, we might get edgier content, or we've got, we paying attention to the indies or anything like that, is that there's long-term storytelling.
Right.
Everything with WWE under he who shall not be named, the Voldemort of pro wrestling, was last minute, torn apart, was how do we get to the next week and type of thing. It felt like. But this feels like I said, if it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we've got the next 2-3 sections of this planned out. It's now more of how do we get here? And okay, so this happened here. How do we adjust here?
Yeah, and it's just like regular television. They plan out, their seasons ahead of time, and that's what we got here. When we were getting those Monday Night Raws and Friday Night SmackDown where they were tearing up the scripts 2 minutes before show goes on, or they're rewriting the script while the show is happening, you're not playing out the storylines you really want to play out. You're just changing it in the moment, and then stuff looks terribly put together and not organized.
Right. Well, Byron saying, Nick, how about we make everything unpredictable? That's the thing. It is to us, the viewer, because we don't know. They've put it out and planned it out well enough that there's 18 different ways that they can go through. Like if you've ever played the PlayStation 4 game, Detroit Become Human, any sort of fucking role-playing game or whatever, to where there's 10 different ways that your decision affects your later decision. That's 100% what this is. To us, we can sit here and watch this and make a case. We did that for all these goddamn pay-per-views recently of there's 10 different ways that we can make a case for every person in this match to win this, because that's the way that they could still go with that storyline. So to us, it's unpredictable. I like that they have a plan behind everything, because it should be unpredictable to the viewer. It shouldn't be unpredictable to the one behind creative. That's where you get the problem of the person that's doing the creative shouldn't be having to figure out after the result of the match. They should already have a plan down the road, but you should be able to convey it to where the audience doesn't know what the outcome is going to be.
Right, absolutely. And another thing is, I don't really think predictability is bad. Like I think it's a good thing. And I feel like when it comes to wrestling, a lot of people say they want it to be unpredictable, and then when something happens that's unpredictable, they don't like it.
Because it's
and
not the story I built.
Right. I'm not knocking on you, Byron. I'm not saying you're like that, but the consensus sometimes in the wrestling space is like when they want unpredictability and something unpredictable happens, they're unhappy because it's not the way they thought it was going to be.
That's 100% what it is. It's not the story that I built and everything. Of Christ, people sat there and watched me and KJ. Well, watch me have a meltdown while KJ laughed because CM Punk cost you and everything like that. But I still accepted it. That's fine. That it didn't go the way I wanted to go, but it still works and it still plays with the story and everything like that. That's the issue that a lot of people have of, because it's not what I wanted, so it's bad. No. As we got Seth Rollins coming out right now. Boston, keep it above the belt. Just bring out the Celtics starter. Yeah, well, we had Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson here, so that might be setting up their version of DDP and Karl Malone and Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman. Nobody wants to see the Celtics. How to plan a successful WrestleMania. 10 Levesque, 1 W Professor Paul Triple H. You started with words and ended with not words. That's the best I can do for you, my man. But so, am I the outlier of Seth Rollins is winning at Money in the Bank?
I don't think you're. I mean, for me, like
I don't know. Right?
But, I mean, you got some people on your side. Byron's on your side. He said, "Hello."
Right, but I'm saying, are you on my side?
But you're not gonna get me on your side. I'm cool with Damian Priest.
Priest, I expect the Goozle. I anticipate it. The South of Heaven ride whenever we ever cross paths here. But yeah, I think Seth Rollins wins here. As I'm still surprised that we've got him back this fast.
So quickly. I wasn't expecting him back until at least Royal Rumble. That's kind of what I thought. Yeah, that was that. You know, when like I know he had the knee injury. I don't really know if the back injury was storyline or not. It felt like it was actually real. So I thought he was just gonna take time off to kind of rest and heal up. You know, I didn't think it was gonna be this quick. I really had him penciled in for Royal Rumble season.
Right. Oh, we've still got confetti going here. Did the pyro knock off some of the leftover, the residual Celtics confetti because it's green or white? Well, Kofi put out a tweet of saying this fell perfectly just into my head because he's from Boston and being in the arena. I didn't see you were upset about Punk when Punk screwed Drew. Well, we got the short on the channel here. I could click on the thing, but right now we got Seth Rollins out here cutting a promo. I'm sure it's still floating around as a clip of me just losing my marbles. But yeah,
his reaction was priceless. You know,
I was gonna say we don't need to run that back. You have that. I'm out here dribbling checks like fucking basketballs. Kane for president. No. Good wrestler, terrible politician. Jesse, what up? Angry Nick face. Got a goddamn meme template from this. Am I on the good vitamins, or is Seth's outfit just like shiny and reflective? Like
it's very shiny.
It looks like it's the material that you would make a unicorn with.
Right.
Hey, it even brings up the leftover confetti. So it was. It was literally the leftover confetti that they knocked out the rafters. As he gets Boston hype up because we're talking about the Celtics and all that.
Oh, I spot another Joe Hendry sign. Joe Hendry is so over in WWE and TNA.
In pro wrestling. Just
in pro wrestling. Yeah. In pro wrestling in general.
Right. It's iridescent. Let's go Celtics, chat. It's both. Pew Boston. Pew Boston. I got to stand on business as a New Yorker. You have to. Pearl.
Seth says he needs to win. He needs it. I don't think you really need it. Damian Priest needs to hold it. But okay.
No. He doesn't. Like, if he loses it to Seth, does it tarnish his reign?
No, but if he wins to Seth, it solidifies his reign.
So, but how many times do we need to solidify his reign? That's what people said about Drew. It solidifies.
Now, who has said that his reign has been solidified before?
Everything's just solidifying this ring. We're just trying to extend this.
I've only said that one time, and that's about this.
But you said it. Your Honor, he confessed. Case closed. We're out of here. I need it. Seth Bob Shiny Pants. Yes.
Seth Bob's Shiny Pants.
Spring Boob Squire Pants. Oh, just play. I saw the video. I'm pretty sure.
But okay, so I guess my question would be, if Seth did win and he took Priest away from Judgment Day, does that set up Priest versus Finn Balor?
I think it's gonna. Well, I think that's gonna happen at some point.
Anyway, so okay,
that'd be a way to do it. I think that's the feud that you have going forward for Damian Priest at some point. Like, that's a feud that to me is inevitable for Damian Priest, is him versus Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm fine with it being not for the title, Because I would rather it almost not be for the title than it be for the title, because I don't think Finn would win it.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. And we got Finn Balor coming out.
Right. Good old Fergal. You're in a bad mood. No more nuggets for me. No one wants to know Finn. Finn cost Damian Priest and Money in the Bank. I thought it could have happened at Clash when they were barred from ringside and they popped out, and that became an issue. But we'll see. Damian Priest is changing, so see, we're 100% leaning into this feud now. We've teased it before. Well, there was people that, because you had the Demon Balor kind of lunchbox or whatever it was that was out there in the Judgment Day clubhouse floating around, that they were thought, well, we might get the Demon back here. But now that Damian Priest is changing, we're leaning heavy into this feud now, this tension.
Ooh, he said something. I missed it.
You want to step in my ring? Are we about to get Seth Rollins versus Finn? Oh, and now here comes Priest.
Priest. Yeah, here comes Priest.
I was going to say, we were about to get Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins just kind of for free on TV. I mean,
yeah,
I'll take it. Nobody's setting you up. There's no trap. Yeah, as they both circle each other. So,
right.
This is setting up that Priest and Finn aren't on the same page. This isn't setting up Priest versus Seth. This is setting up Priest versus Finn. This is setting up the match when he drops the title.
Okay. I mean, all right. I got you.
Just tell me when I'm telling lies. I got even the pump shirt on, so tell me when I'm telling lies.
I think it's a good way to set it up, though. I really do. If
100%.
If what you're saying is going to happen, yeah, I do think this is a good way to set it up.
Absolutely. Well, and it helps also still tie into Damian versus Rollins. And this could be, like I said, if Finn's going to end up probably jumping Seth, and Damian Priest is going to be upset by that. We didn't talk about this. Yep, as literally exactly what I said can happen. As right now, Finn's just jumping Priest, as they even were going to, Priest and Damian were going to square up.
Yeah.
And now Damian's pulling Finn off of Seth. So see, this is Priest turning babyface because they don't have, he's been kind of leaning that way.
Ooh.
Stop the Fergal Rock. He's Fergalicious definition. South of heaven from Priest on the Seth, so it's still, he's conflicted. He's the angel and the demon of how, remember when he first kind of showed up and he was the conflicted, he had the dual split thing. He'd be babyface and then he'd snap and turn heel. Of one of those of, I'm going to pull Finn off of you, but I got a chance to take you out as you're about to challenge for my belt, so I'm going to still take you out.
Absolutely.
Fergalicious stuff.
Crazy.
Hey guys, remember when Nick's Drew McIntyre prediction completely failed? Thank you, Randolph. I didn't remember. Did you, Anthony?
Oh, I remembered.
As I slightly get on his, yes.
That's what I'm banking on this time. I'm banking on his prediction to completely fail, and he throw off his.
I think I'm starting to just come out there as, what is up with the popcorn buckets? I want the popcorn buckets that are, or no, they're just Bojangles fucking cups. Welcome to America, folks. For anyone that's watching us outside of America, to where your drink cups are so big, I thought they were popcorn buckets.
Yep, and it's cup. It looked from afar though. It did look like a popcorn.
You got the Outsiders, you got the Hart Foundation, the Brothers of Destruction, and WWE and Bojangles. So, Anthony, do you have a Bojangles by you? I've never had Bojangles.
Yeah, I do have a Bojangles by me, and I actually prefer Bojangles over Popeyes. Actually,
okay,
yeah,
over Chick-fil-A.
No, nobody beats Chick-fil-A. That's the Saints restaurant. You can't beat Chick-fil-A.
You're from Georgia, so where would you give your review or your top 5 chicken spots in the South?
Top 5 chicken spots. Number 1 would always be KFC. Number 2,
really?
Yes. Number 2 is
that not sacrilege if you're from Georgia and you're out here shouting out or hollering out Kentucky, the most generic?
It's always KFC for me. It
sacrilege.
Number 2, Chick-fil-A. Number 2, Chick-fil-A. Number 3, Bojangles.
Was the Sunday issue a thing for you because it's closed on Sundays? So you're mad. That's why.
If it wasn't closed on Sundays, I would push it to number 1. In all honesty, number 4, Popeyes.
Oh no, sorry. Number three.
Number 3, Bojangles.
Okay.
Number 4, Popeyes. I don't think I have a number 5.
Banquet. Tyson, whatever you get from the frozen food section.
I guess you can put Zaxby's in there. I don't know.
I have literally, you've named like 1 restaurant at most that I have by me.
Really?
Like I'm to the point. I live in New England to where it's a big thing that we have a Chick-fil-A food truck that shows up at an outlet mall that will serve you overpriced, even for Chick-fil-A, overpriced chicken sandwiches.
I'm surprised though. I've only named 1, and I'm sure that's Chick-fil-A, not Zaxby's.
No, KFC is the one that there's the only one that I have up by me.
Okay.
As I've got. Go ahead.
We got Dakota Kai coming out. We got the triple threat qualifying match. Yeah.
Dakota Kai, Ivy Nile, and Zoe Starks out here. And how do you feel again, I see about 90 people kicking us as we're going to commercial here, but how do you feel about Dakota even going out on her streams and everything like that of just give me a chance, just give me something here? She hasn't been really used a ton since she's returned in any sort of singles action, faction, and any sort of thing outside of being a mouthpiece.
I actually hope she gets that chance. She was kind of sincere in that. It reminded me of when Dana Brooke had that little promo and she came out and she basically was like, give me a chance. That's all I want. I want a chance. Right.
Just give me an opportunity.
Just give me an opportunity. And I think Dakota Kai deserves it. You know, I know she's a little bit injury prone. But I think Dakota Kai deserves it. Give her a run, give her a chance outside of a tag team and see where it goes.
Oh, 100%. I think, honestly, to me, she's the favorite to win this match. Especially because so far who we have qualified for this match is Io Sky. So you get the pairing between her and Dakota in there. So you get the probably tension or the tandem between there of I don't think either exactly wins it, but it gives them the chance to have a good showing there. Granted, now you still got Io paired with a faction person, but it's to be a nice win for Dakota. Chelsea Green, strong candidate to win it. Mm-hmm. Lyra, strong candidate to end up on a fried chicken menu, like we were talking about earlier. She gonna get plucked, I feel. Tiffany Stratton, my pick to win it, and Naomi, I'm assuming your pick to win it.
My pick to actually win it is Chelsea Green. If Naomi wins, I will not be upset. But I've been pulling for Chelsea Green to win since probably late last year. Like I've been kind of pulling for Chelsea Green to win the Money in the Bank. No disrespect to Naomi or anything like that, but I've been pulling for Chelsea Green.
Fair enough. Man's turned against Naomi out here. It's only been a couple months and he's already turned.
Right. But Naomi would get her time. She'll get her time.
It's interesting with it a little bit. It's still, could you see, and maybe you brought it up earlier, and I say this before I know you're about to take a pause here, sir. But how there's no women's title match on Money in the Bank but you could have had it to where someone could have potentially won the Money in the Bank and then cashed in on the same show. Now, maybe do we get a Bailey, title defense against somebody on there? That'd be interesting. But
yeah.
I feel like with this, there's not a strong potential for someone to win and cash in on the same show.
Yeah, it seems like Triple H is kind of setting it up that way where you can't really have a cash in on the same show. Right. It might be a good thing, I don't know. But yes, like Nick said, I'm taking a pause for a quick second.
Absolutely. So Anthony's taking a pause for the cause, folks. So I got Simone Biles commercial for the Paris Olympics. No Kurt Angle, no Gable Stevenson. I'm still, as a Bills fan, I'm interested to see if he's going to make it out of even fucking training camp signed with the Bills. That's still weird to me if my favorite football team in wrestling crossed over. But we are running through right now the whole lineup for Money in the Bank this whole upcoming weekend and everything. But I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We were here from the start of damn near 0 hour last night to the end, the tippy end here. We were damn near almost going to cover the post-show media scrum and all of that for Forbidden Door. We're here tonight all the way through and beyond for Monday Night Raw, Tuesday NXT, Wednesday Night Dynamite. Thursday, we've got our Money in the Bank preview and predictions. Friday Night SmackDown, the go-home show, the penultimate show for Money in the Bank. Then we're here for Money in the Bank Heat Wave as well as Sunday, and we're just rolling right through. Nobody covers more live wrestling than we do. Nobody covers wrestling like we do, often imitated, never replicated, up to something season, never sleeps, my guys. Just got to read between the lines. But I appreciate everybody being out here. Like I said, we've been tiptoeing with 100, so let's see if we can get it back up there as we are also already managed to pass within a damn week of 5.2. Now we're at 5.22. We got that deuce out here for subscribers as well. So appreciate it. As we've also got 101 likes on the stream. So 102. So let's go. We got everything out here floating around in triple digits. So 100%. This is, you better catch the wave before it catches you. I'll put it that way. Dang, MDB, what can we do? What Larry, it's been a minute, my guy. I'm getting thrown off now because you don't throw out the, never fear. Larry is here. So now I'm in fear all the time because I don't know if Larry's here. As I've got Zoe Starks coming out. And I kind of like how they've used Zoe Starks since she moved up from NXT to the main roster. She was always kind of one of those. When she was in NXT, she felt like a main roster talent a bit of kind of, up there, but never really like be there, if anything. And out here, her paired up with Zoe or with Shayna Baszler just works as a tag team there. As I've got Ivy now coming out, C Money. What are we arguing about? Uber Eats and DoorDash. I don't work for any of them. Hashtag not sponsored. Dang it, I love the Saturday afternoon wrestling. That's the weird thing. It's the first time since WrestleMania that we haven't had a premium live event. We haven't had a brunch with the boys. We're actually out here for a Saturday and surprisingly, an NXT show on Sunday as well. Yeah, it's always been kind of middle afternoon. It's been one of those kind of nice. You get the early morning get right. You have a little bit of your breakfast, your brunch, little vitamins, all of that, and then you're good to go. Nick, I'm predicting we get an appearance by Joe Hendry at Heatwave. Could happen. I'd love to see it. The more I can get Joe Hendry on my screen, I'll take it. But we are on the way, folks. So let me know who you're taking, whether you're taking Zoe Starks, Dakota Kai, or Ivy Nile. And this is just, the badass woman triple threat here of who you got as this is, by the way, the last qualifying spot for the Money in the Bank match. Both of these matches tonight are the last and final spot as the qualifiers going in. So interesting of is Friday night going to be much more? And it makes sense if you don't have the qualifying matches the night before the show. I mean, maybe you could do it, but the fucking double kick. That was clever as shit from Ivy Nile. Out here, impressive. Soon to be, partner here of Chad Gable. Oh, that was a little, yeah. But Zoe off the top here. DoorDash, Grubhub, why are we arguing about it? King Coda for the win. Nick always do my intro. Larry, I did not see your intro. I always do my intro. Do you always do yours? Sir. As we go to commercial break, Curtis, I need you. What commercial break number are we on right now? Are we on 6? How we managed to slow the roll here. We're at 9:35 right now. Through the show here. We're an hour and a half through Monday Night Raw here. As we're back at triple digits, by the way, let's go. That we're at this point now. So we're at commercial break number 6. We're halfway off my push here. Zoe for the win. If Dirty Dom turns on Finn Balor, Dirty Dom ain't turning on nobody. The only person he's turning on is Rhea. I mean, I ain't gonna try and say maybe he turns around or opens the back door for Liv or anything like that. John taking Zoe. Got Ivy Nile for the win. Zoe is underrated. Louie, my God. Louie. Shout out, my guys. It's been a minute, my God. I missed you. Zoe is very underutilized. I feel. Well, I think she's worked. I won't say she's underutilized. I think her and Shayna work out well. I want to see her used in a blood sport. I don't believe she was on the most recent one. I want to see her used in a blood sport with Josh Barnett. I think that would really help a lot. And especially because WWE's now open out of Shayna's going to be on the next one too as well. And there's kind of that halfway promotion here. Because you imagine we've got, CMLL, we've got AEW, we've got New Japan, we get WWE, TNA, and GCW. Just shut up and take my money. 100%. I know I will just be here strapped on and strapped in. But Zoe, I think, is booked well, used well if there was a well set up tag division, a women's tag division, which that I think is more the bigger issue of you've got tag belts, you don't have a division for it. Well, she did have a good program with Trisha Becky. Let's not forget. Who are we talking about, MDB? Ivy wins. Zoe actually has good theme music. Yeah, she's one of the few from the Death Rebel side here. Dakota, Zoe Starks is, Zoe wins. She'll be better than Money in the Bank. That's always the interesting part of booking people just on how good they could potentially perform in the stipulation. Like, you're not here to win this. You're here to hit high spots in this. That's always interesting to me a bit. Is Dakota Kai related to Cobra Kai? I do not know. I cannot confirm nor deny. She might have done the 23andMe, but to me, it checks out. As Tony is better. Yes. Tony Storm is. I would agree with you. Tony Storm is better because you spelled it Toni, like Tony Storm. I would put her above all three women that are in the ring right now. Now, granted, I was surprised she retained. I did like it with the whole Statue of Liberty intro and everything. But yeah, I know what you're trying to go there, but spelling and grammar got in the way of you. Kai. Where's CJ? That's an old ass name. Just me glitching. Yeah, I think that was you glitching. It has been a minute, sir. I took the longest pause for the cause in pauses of causes history. Well, man, we're gonna pop MDB because we're gonna put that down in the Biblix. Zoe the Honey Badger will win. That's actually not a fucking bad name for her. Curtis, I'm gonna give you a star for that one because she's out here. I mean, she's kind of got the Bumblebee-esque gear out here. Zoe as the honey badger. It works. I mean, it checks out. She kind of looks like that little bit of a badass here. We got the suspended suplex. Well, now we're gonna the trios. Everybody gets a German suplex. But yeah, Zoe was good in NXT. Zoe was better in NXT than Nikita Lyons was. 100%. And had damn near the same knee issues. I'll say that. I really like Zoe in NXT. She's been mid on main roster. But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm loving the Zoe love. You're starting to sell me on this. That Lola Shayna match at Battleground fell flat. Yeah. So in Bloodsport, all for absolutely. See, final season of Cobra Kai. Fair enough. Amen, brother. Shumanahaya, Shumanahanda. The Biblics, yeah, the Biblics. We're taking this shit to the Biblics. As right now, Dakota Kai in control. I know another Tone has been up there saying of how his promotion has the best women's division. And I really challenge that when you can have a match like this and it still matters and it's still relevant and it's still fucking solid. And it's not anybody that's a top level talent. It's not anybody that's instantly going for a title shot here. Like there's a difference between, you get clicks because you have bosoms and kisses. And then there's difference when you have, depth and you have talented matches. And I'm not even saying exactly that, these three letters are the one that have the best division. Oh, the getting roll through kind of code breaker there. Oh. Did Ivy just break that up with like a thumb poke to the eye here? I love these new angles. It's to me, as someone who's an avid sport watcher, I'll say that. As somebody who half the time would used to throw as Kyrie's out here causing a distraction. Oh, Dakota. The drape over stomp. Yeah, but she's under the... What is happening here? Oh, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn showing up to just help out, to just play even, to play... Well, I mean, you've got the tie-in, the tension between them and Damage Control, but... Oh, 1, 2... Zoe Starks picks up the win. Hey, let's go. Who was it earlier? That was, yeah. What was the goddamn name? Tony who goes back to who? To fucking who? Oh, Zoe Starks, the Honey Badger. There we go. I'm glad I started. Curtis, yeah. That's fucking solid. As Zoe Starks qualifies, so she's the last qualifier. So your women's Money in the Bank match this Saturday night is Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Starks. Hey, let's go. I like that you circumvented where everybody thought you were going with that. And Christ, I'll keep it a buck. Joe in the chat, we're kind of selling me on Zoe there. Oh, we're playing a VHS. Oh, God. Yeah. Shut up, spooky man.
I came back in time.
Right, just in time. You heard VHS and came running. Oh, we got to sit down number 2. Oh, we freeze up a little. So it's again, it's Bo and Howdy sitting together. What are we even doing here?
Right. He said, how much longer are we going to be doing this?
But I like how it's the tie-in to you had the therapist before, and this is now him having essentially therapy with himself. This is, you're playing patient and therapist.
Right.
This is you talking to the devil on your shoulder.
Do you think you're special?
You think you're special. You do. I can see it in your eyes. As soon as I said that, everybody just instantly, WrestleMania 17. Dwayne. and then.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but the Uncle Howdy mask still kind of looks like Wario if you just painted it gray.
Right.
I like though how with Howdy it's multiple voices essentially coming out at the same time. It's not a distinct voice.
Yeah. I like the distortion that they have.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect.
Man, hands the pot. So we're talking about crafting and molding. Molded by it.
I said this last week.
Oh, I see you, Mr. Howdy. I was born in the darkness.
I said this last week, but it's like watching that show, The Murder Tapes. Like, this is what the vibes this gives me.
This gives me fucking Faces of Doom, or the fucking shit that I can't remember the exact name of it, but the video that was always going around in like the late 90s, early 2000s, like Faces of Fear. So like it was all like found footage, like real shit, and it's like you're kind of fucked up a little bit if you watched it.
Right. Well, they must pay for their sins.
I am the voice of the reckoning. As Howdy says, I am the reckoning.
I am the reckoning.
Oh, yeah. Faces Death. There it is. Yeah. So, but that's the thing is you're starting to see this to where they're kind of melding together into the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they flip seats. This is what it is. Yeah. You're starting to show how they've become the same.
They become one.
When two become one.
This is so cool.
And again, now this is so awesome if they just end it to where it's Bo just talking to himself. And we get, again, the piano notes.
I set them free.
And you have just how he just slide it. Yeah, this is so fucking good. That's bravo, grazie. That just, and it does enough because we had the discussions we had everybody throwing out there of that it's not going to be super fantastic. It's not going to be super spooky of, there's going to be no dead man's rising, no lightning bolts thrown out there. Like I was saying before, no one's throwing fireballs out here, but it really shows. And like that personally got to hit home with me of like literally you playing it back and forth of it's just him talking to himself. And you eventually get that line to where they're crossed over, they're switching seats and everything. And the shots where it's just him there and it's him by himself. And that's when he's talking. And I set them free. And then you have Howdy just kind of like phase in. Like it built perfectly to a great crescendo.
Yeah. I've liked the build that they've done with these tapes. It's been 2 weeks. And it seems like this one is probably the last one. But yeah, this is some top tier craziness right here that I really love.
Catching fire. It is mine. Family, Mike, what up? Tim Allen, Tool Time, and TNA is doing with Rosemary also. TNA has been doing the spooky things though a little bit.
Yeah.
We have got the hivelings, like that's part of why I've always liked Rosemary's because she's been just kind of spooky.
Right. And right now that she doesn't have Havoc with her, they've been doing something similar to this. Probably the last month and a half, 2 months. And then there was one point it's like she was backstage or they had her kind of far away staring at, I think it was a knockouts title match. So yeah, they've been doing some crazy stuff with Rosemary over the past like month and a half.
Christ, now you got me with her theme song just playing my head. Cemetery. I can do. I don't know the lyrics. I can just do the beat. But
You can just do the beat. Yeah.
Cinema. I'm one of those. If I can't do nothing musically, I can just try and imitate it terribly. I don't know why I keep popping with Tim Allen out here. I just keep thinking of Al Borland. I don't know. All they need to do is book Howdy the same way they did Taker. No, stop. I will say this, and I'm going to pause here after I say this, but I will say this, that I get using people as a blueprint of how you can book someone and a format of what can work and how maybe if you need to, how you can go with everything. Not everyone needs to get the same treatment, go the same path, go the same way, because then it feels like a stale repeat. Then it feels where people get thrown off because it feels like you're just running it back. Like even between the Uncle Howdy that we got, he's possessing my vocal cords right now, but the Uncle Howdy that we got under Bray Wyatt versus what we've got now feel like two different entities, two different stories, two different people. As I feel like I'm talking like two different people, but I think that you let this go the way it goes. You don't need to use Taker as just the blueprint for all the spooky people. But I'm going to go and catch a beverage.
Yes, please do. Oh, we are back with Monday Night Raw, and we got Otis and Chad Gable. I don't know what's about to happen here, but Otis doesn't look happy. Yeah, Gable is talking about the new Wyatt video. But Otis is not having it. It's crazy that people want to come back when they're in trouble. It's crazy. You got Otis saying that he doesn't hate Chad Gable, but he says he's not helping him. Ain't nobody going after Tozawa, so he's saying who's next? Will it be Tozawa? Will it be Maxine? And then Chad says like he'll be there if it happens, but that's not happening. And then Maxine and Tozawa show up. Crazy. Kyle asking me a question. What do you think about Britt Baker's return last night? So I didn't really watch Forbidden Door, but I did see her return on social media. Cool that Britt Baker's back. I'm a big fan of Britt Baker. One of the big matches I've wanted to see since Mercedes Moné went to AEW was Britt Baker versus Mercedes. Another one is Deonna Purrazzo versus Mercedes. But yeah, I'm glad Britt Baker's back. It feels like it's been a long time, so I'm glad that she is back. Well, that's true, MDB. That's when you need family the most. That is true. But he did kind of, screw over them first, and now he's begging for their help. If I was in that position, I don't know. Maybe you can fend for yourself. But you are right, MDB. Lady B is asking, is there a sandwich and donut on the same plate? I believe it was. I believe it was. So we got the next match, which is gonna be what is it? A WrestleMania 39 rematch between Dominik Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. Paul says, finally, we know what catering looks like. Looks like it was some good food on that plate. Chad Gable survives another massacre with his alter ego again. Smart move by Gable. MDB, he didn't screw them over. He just had some harsh words. Same difference to me. Same difference. He elevated all of them. I feel like in this match, I don't know about y'all, and you can get your predictions in who you got winning, Ray or Dom, but I do feel like it's going to be some type of interference. I wouldn't even be surprised if Liv Morgan comes out to try to help Dom win. Chair Relax says this should be a mask versus mustache match. I kind of agree there. MDB Dom for the win. Byron says Rey Mysterio losing is best for the product. C Money says Liv screws Ray. I feel like that's coming. Damian Dom for the win. Chair. And then I'm gonna get to Boston, but Chair says Ray cheats to win. Boston. If you want to give me a compliment, thank you. I appreciate it. JV, I'm so distracted by those shiny belts on the hard cam. I agree. He elevated all of them. Yeah, he did kind of elevate all of them. In the meantime, belittled them at the same time. You know. Curtis says Dom for the win. We are back to another commercial break, and I feel like this is like number 10. I don't know. I think Curtis is the one that does the commercial count. So give us the commercial count, Curtis. Lee says Brit skill set wise is not ready for Mercedes. Ooh, bold statement. Bold statement. Damien says I'm sick of these guys fighting. I'm not invested at all. I am kind of sick of the Dom and Ray thing. I feel like we can move past that. Hopefully, you know, we kind of get past that. We got I think your name is Louis, so hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Dumb for the win. I was close, Curtis. I said I think break number 10, so break number 9. Okay, I was very, very close with that. Boston says you are though, Anthony. I in the most platonic way. Chad is telling the truth. I'm guessing you're trying to say they are jobbers. Okay. John C. Let's ask what everyone believes the first Howdy or Wyatt 6 match or feud would be. I don't really. That's a good question, John. I don't really know where we head to this with the first match with Howdy or the Wyatt 6. That's a very good question. Not even that hasn't even crossed my mind. I think I'm more invested with the story they're building. I haven't even thought about Howdy's or the Wyatt 6's first match. I don't know. That's interesting. Chair relaxes. Ray. I'm guessing you're saying Ray should retire. I don't know. It might be a little bit past. You know, he might need to retire. Boston says I'm over Dom and Ray. They should make up. Wants to get care again. At this point, what they've been feuding since SummerSlam before WrestleMania 39, I think. So yeah, it's been a while. At this point, just like make up or don't revisit it. I'm with you there. Damien says Dom for the win. Eric says Dom finally beats his father, his daddy. I feel like he really should have beat him at WrestleMania 39. I feel like that was a missed moment. That was just me. But yeah. Damien, the Wyatt 6 versus the Judgment Day. Good shout out there. Good call. It could be the case. JV, hey Anthony, are you surprised? Yes, I am surprised, and I think you asked this question the last time I was on stream. That Tennille Dashwood and Moss haven't popped up anywhere. I immediately thought when she was released that she was going to show up in TNA. I thought she was actually going to be at Hard to Kill earlier this year. That turned out to be Ash by Elegance. But yeah, I'm definitely surprised both of them haven't turned up anywhere. We are back on Monday Night Raw with Dom versus Ray. Chair says, I think the 6 needs to just be backstage screwing with people right now. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. They need to just kind of build this story, still kind of mess with folks' heads. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Kyle down here says, I've heard of a possibility of Bloodline versus the Wyatt Six. That's pretty cool. I would like to see how they would kind of draw out that storyline for that to happen. We got more action between Dom, and they got an advertisement for NXT tomorrow, which I will be back for NXT for the Fatal 4-Way contract signing that will be happening at Heatwave. Richard says he has Rey Mysterio winning again. Damian says he wants to see Bo Dallas wrestle eventually without the mask, not like Bray. Okay. Ooh, that's a strong statement by JV. Says, I'm sorry, but I think this whole Wyatt Six is gonna flop. Ooh, that's a big statement right there to say. I mean, everybody has their own opinions and thoughts and processes, you know. If it flops, I will be definitely surprised because I feel like they built this up to succeed in WWE. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But you know, flops do happen in professional wrestling. Looks like Dominik Mysterio has control of this match right now. I don't know. I feel like there's still going to be some type of interference here. I don't know who it's going to be. Still thinking Liv Morgan helps Dom try to win. But yeah, Dom definitely has more of the control in this match. Okay, now Rey is starting to fight back. We got John C down here saying, please don't say that. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's, you know, it's a bit early. And I feel like they're gonna do this justice. I feel like Triple H is gonna do this justice. I don't want to use the term cooking here, but he is kind of cooking. So yeah, I really hope this works out and succeeds. This is what something Bray wanted. So I really hope this works out. Rey picking up steam, just hit a crossbody. Yeah, Rey they're talking about how Rey kind of came down hard on his knee. Yeah, Rey's picking up steam in this match. It's kind of turning this match around a bit. JV says when Bray was around, he felt special because there wasn't anyone on top. Oh, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan. We got Liv Morgan out here. Yeah, you got Dom setting up for a half crab, but you also got Liv Morgan. I feel like Zelina Vega is gonna come out soon. But yeah, going back to what JV said up here, when Bray was around, he felt special because there wasn't anyone on top like he was. Now you got too many people on top, but it for it to really feel unique. I still feel like it's unique though. I feel like a lot of people are talking about this. So I kind of feel like this is unique. Oh, you got Dominik Mysterio going for the Three Amigos. Oh, setting up for the 619. And Liv Morgan pulls Dom out. This is hilarious. Damien says down here, could we see the return of Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank? I'm still banking on SummerSlam. For Roman to return. Oh, Rey kicks Dominik right into Liv Morgan. This is hilarious. Ooh, Dom, is he about to win? I think this is gonna be a 2 count. 1, 2. Yep, a 2 count. Going back to the chat here though. Odd said he called it. Yeah. Oh, I think Zelina. There's Zelina. Zelina with a little payback. I feel like they're gonna use Zelina as a placeholder until Rhea returns. And then Dominik is setting up for the 619. Oh, Dom might win. Dom might beat his father for the first time. Zelina and Liv still going at it. Shoot. Looks like Zelina took out Liv Morgan and then in the process kind of took out Dom. Yeah, Rey is about to win. Rey is literally about to win this match again. One, two, three. Yep. Rey Mysterio still beats his son again. Geekbox, I'm making a video of the reactions to the Wyatt 6 earlier in the show right now. I can tell you from the reactions, the Wyatt 6 is not a flop. The Wyatt 6 is a big thing in professional wrestling right now in WWE. So yeah, it's definitely not going away. Anthony is asking, do you think that Cody is still going to get a new title? I don't know. I know Cody wanted to bring back the Winged Eagle title. I don't know. I think because they just made a new undisputed WWE championship. I don't see it happening, but I would like Cody Rhodes to have some type of special title. I actually kind of want them to bring the those back where you have like a special type title for a superstar. We saw it with Bray Wyatt when he was the Fiend, so I kind of want that back.
Speaking of bringing back special, as I even fuck up
Right.
the word. Speaking of and bring it back, and just combine them and say it's bringing back. But yeah. Speaking of bringing back special, my guy, how you doing?
Bring it back special.
Hey, right, 100%. And I like I'm bringing special back. Yeah. But even somebody out there saying, "Oh, the Wyatt 6 ain't over," my guy, like, just no. Like, is these VHS tapes the equivalent of when like Bray was out there? Of this is just me being me. Talking to y'all, like when you had those really like that's a special moment that fucking you hung on every word. That these VHS tapes are kind of his version of that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the VH tapes is just like that. You're hanging on every word Bo says, you're hanging on every word that Uncle Howdy says. So absolutely, right. It's just I feel like it's one of those things, just like you said, is Bo being Bo. So yeah, I really like
you got a Bo leave.
Bo leave, right.
Yeah, we're getting Shamo. He stole our hat, my guy. He stole our hat. Well, he out here just looking like he's an extra, like playing a cabbie in some fucking Tarantino or Martin Scorsese film.
Right.
Irish taxi driver. So they said that's going to be the main event is Shamo versus Ilya versus Drew McIntyre.
That's going to be a good match.
Curtis, you're shitting me. You're shitting me right now. That was break 10. You're shitting me right now.
We got Sami Zayn coming out now.
Yeah. Where was it? I'm sorry. Anthony on Anthony action. Do you think that Cody Rhodes still going to get it? Oh, we talked about that. Of thought around WrestleMania was going to come out with the Winged Eagle belt, what have you, and now it's kind of just he's
kind
just
died down.
Well, he's just using the same belt, just holding it out there like it's a trophy. But he got to hold up Dusty's belt at MSG, which was pretty cool.
Which was cool, yeah. Like I said, I kind of want them to bring back, like the special made championships,
Well, they did that. It's just called the People's Championship, and Dwayne's holding one right now.
That is true.
It's just terrible. It's ugly as sin. Saving my dad. Why? What are you trying to say? I feel like I'm watching a Guy Ritchie movie. Right, number 11. Jesus. Oh, and we're just past the second hour. So okay, I'm not as bad, but I was like, we're gonna break 15 before we get to 9:30. The final boss, well, he might be more pulling the strings on the bloodline of that's been the overarching theory of that. He's been the one orchestrating everything, which would perfectly set up Roman versus Dwayne.
Oh, absolutely. Do we still think we get that match at WrestleMania next year?
Yeah. Vegas.
Okay.
100% you get that in Vegas. You get Roman versus The Rock, unless you do Rock versus Cody for some odd reason, which I saw people say maybe you do that at SummerSlam. I know people want that match to happen. I'm getting interested in where we
slated
shoehorn that in.
The only thing I can think of is maybe we have that, and I think I mentioned this a couple of streams ago. We have that match at the Royal Rumble.
Fair. That's not bad.
Yeah, have Cody and Roman at the Royal Rumble, and then maybe you have Roman to interfere that sets up WrestleMania, Roman versus The Rock, or I don't know.
It's still crazy to think that we're still out here arguing over both world title matches of what could happen, especially come SummerSlam, come Bash or Berlin, what have you. But we still also have the Money in the Bank that could be involved in this. The Royal Rumble, which could be involved in this. The whole tie-ins with the bloodlines. Like, I know you don't want to say it, but I'm gonna just say it. It's cooking right now. Like, we got Chef Paul whipping it up that back there. We've got sous chef Shawn Michaels out there in NXT. Pro wrestling, just even as a whole, is just cooking all the way around. We're gonna get AJ Styles and Noah.
Right. We got Shayna Baszler at Bloodsport again, and I think she's
right.
She's wrestling Marina Shafir, which I'm becoming a big fan of her.
That's a strap on and strap in. Do you know who she is? You don't know who I am.
Right. So yeah, everything is going really kind of solid in professional wrestling. You got to keep your eyes glued to everything that's going on.
Everything.
Everything.
And trust me, well, that's 100%, as I do a terrible Cat Williams impression. But this is why you need to be 100% down with the cause with the Wrestling for Life Network out here. Spread the good gospel of wrestling out here, because we cover anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Ain't nobody out here watching GCWs and NWAs and XPWs and Wrestling Revolvers and House of Glories and all of that business out here. So 100% nobody is up to date and more in tune to what's going on in pro wrestling than the Wrestling for Life Network out here.
And that is a fact. That is a fact.
The final boss, Roddy Strong's shit. Who's more over? Marina Shafir or Roddy Strong? As we're getting a replay of the UFC out here. As Nakamura was the corner man. So yeah. Shaky Naki. Well, and I saw people were asking him about how he feels with his status with WWE, etc. He's kind of out here. He's not really doing a ton, but he's still out here, kind of living his best life, and he's fine with it. He's good with where he's at. He's like, I don't need to be out here making myself the best guy here. I can be out here when we're gonna have a dream match. We're gonna have a fucking huge match. All that outside this, I can sit there and play. I'm gonna soak up the sun.
Right.
He's giving surf lessons to Sol Ruka.
He kind of said it that he's happy with where he's at. So if he's happy, I'm happy. Even though I would like to see him hold a world title.
Right. As this Saturday night, we're gonna get Sami Zayn taking on Braun Breaker for the IC title.
That is going to be a really good match come Saturday.
Well, and it's literally irresistible force versus the immovable object of Braun Breaker is about to just literally spear the fucking rings out of this man. But Sammy's one of those guys that will not die.
Right.
Like, you can't put this man down.
People have tried and you can't. You really can't.
Right.
Braun Breaker is just scary though. He's one of those scary dudes.
I still like that they've kind of done it, and I really think that they need to lean into it even more of how athletic he is. Like this man's out here half the stature of a Lesnar, but moves with twice the pace and everything like that. This man is a scary level athlete.
Right. When he runs in the ring, he's literally moving, shifting the ring.
Right. This man runs the ropes and he's shifting the ring.
It's crazy.
Sammy loses in Toronto. Yes, because blame Canada. As Gay is back there. Happy Canada Day to all. The mayor of Canada showing up. The mayor of Canadian wrestling showing up to say Happy Canada Day. We better see this energy on the 4th of July. Nah. We just blow shit up. We'll be out here like a JPP and we missed a couple fingers. Happy curling day. JV's got a whole message for John. Mike saying Sammy loses in Toronto.
We got Braun Breaker coming out now. Speaking of losing, speaking of Toronto.
Oh,
I can't stand this theme song though. I can't even get behind it.
You want the motor? Bro, this man's got to be getting all of his shirts from like Walmart, because no other place is having this much of a dog pattern on the front with the eyes on the nipples and everything. Like, does the eyes roll in the back of the head if he gets, if it gets cold out there?
Right.
They bulge out. That's how you know when it's ready to attack.
It definitely looks like a Walmart shirt. You're not.
Yeah. It costs $7. Mr. Must See TV, Braun Breaker. Happy Poutine Day. Poutine with you and also be with you. Now I'm thinking of the goddamn Bob's Burgers menu of like putting on the rinse. Braun Breaker's corny. No, I don't think he's corny. I think he's, he's super athletic. Fucking Goldberg. I know that that's a terrible name to bring up out here. But he's one of those, but he's, like you said, if he's one of those, he's out here, he can talk a bit on the mic. He fucking is devastating in the ring. He literally moves at a pace to where he's shifting the fucking ring physically.
Yeah.
He's a force of nature.
Yeah.
And they've done a perfect job of presenting him that way.
Right. He's just a strong MFer.
Right. We've got a big SOB in Braun Breaker. We've got a strong MFer in Braun Breaker.
Right.
Look at his shirt. He's corny. Nah. Shut up.
I mean, the shirt design is a little whack. You wouldn't see me wearing that on a random.
It's still better than any AEW.
Oh my goodness.
AEW shirt.
Those AEW shirts
are trash. That is a 2-pack of ass. I'm out here sounding like Joe Budden. That's a 2-pack of ass, my God. They're trash.
Agreed, Boston. No, the song is corny, but I don't think it's his fault. I think we have to blame Jeff.
That's what we'll have as his next theme song. Hey, this is still not bad though. Like Sammy is what Daniel Bryan was. He's 100% of one of those of you just believe him. You no matter what, he is the heart, he is the pulse, he is the conscience of at least WWE Pro Wrestling. Of no matter what, even if he's out there, he's in the bloodline and he's out there, getting everybody to sit there and pop because he's out there dapping it up with Jey Uso and everything, and he's having the greatest moments. But you had one of the biggest reactions when he's out there and he takes a steel chair across Rollins' back. Now he's out here of staring what's arguably the biggest blue chip prospect that WWE has, that's out here as a fucking monster, and saying, I want you, bring it on, motherfucker.
Yeah.
One of those of, you can't kill me.
Yeah, you can't get rid of me.
Right.
And that's Sami Zayn, like, oh.
But this works really well because you've got the veteran, like I said, that's playing the you can't put me down, the Terry Funk role, the absolute diehard, the Bryan Danielson, the 100% the heart and soul of this, versus Braun Breaker, the young upstart that, you know, I will do everything within my power to break you.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Sami's just one of those that can't be broken. How do you break that which cannot be broken?
Exactly. No, you said it right there. How can you break what can't be broken? I wouldn't even put it, you know, past
as he jumps over.
Oh, there we go.
But that's still that overarching, that literally the pathway shot is perfect right there.
Yeah.
As Sami just hop, skip, and a jump, and just instantly into the steps here. Now Sami's just wailing away on Braun.
Here we go, Sami.
Fight back, fight back.
Oh, now he's running away.
My God, spare. It's the same reason why Randy beat Bray at both matches they had at WrestleMania. Huh? Actions speak louder than words.
Sami Zayn setting up for a haluva kick.
Oh, instant gets speared though out of the midair. And we've got this man just tearing through Hulkamania in tank top.
He literally just cut that man in half.
But that's the thing, is this is the veteran that will not quit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where you, like I said, if it's the Terry Funk clip that everybody knows of, I will fight forever. That's getting Sami out here, and Braun Breaker is just the reckoning. He's the force of nature out here of will saw you in half.
I wouldn't even be surprised come Saturday if Sami Zayn retains. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised at all.
Fuck. I'd be fine with it. Oh, I would accept it. I won't say I'll be fine with it. I'll accept it. I'm taking Braun Breaker to win that. But yeah, as we're still up next, are we getting the Bloodline up next? Or are we just getting a replay?
I think we're getting a replay of the Bloodline from Friday.
How do you feel if we're replay versus make sure you tune into Friday so you don't miss it?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the replays. I know that's been like talked about a lot on TikTok, like them replaying stuff from, you know, SmackDown, vice versa, you know, SmackDown replaying stuff from Raw. I guess it's just trying to get more people to tune in, but also I feel like that's a time you can use for, you know, another segment, another match, things of that sorts.
Right. It's one of those of, if you're going to be separate brands, act like separate brands.
Separate brands, right. And I feel like back in the day, it was like that. You know, it was kind of two distinct brands.
That's when they used to have separate pay-per-views and everything.
Yeah.
Like Backlash initially was strictly a SmackDown pay-per-view, I believe, and stuff like that. Like when you had strictly specific per show pay-per-views. So it is interesting, but it's one of those, it's such a huge moment. But it's one of those, if you're going to show a replay, have something on screen or on your show that's going to tie into it. Like have a solo show up or anything like that. If you're going to show something on Raw and SmackDown, have that person come out. Like when you had Drew and CM Punk involved on SmackDown, have the Raw footage be the tie-in, and then you show them on SmackDown.
Oh no, I agree. And going back to when you were talking about with like the branded pay-per-views, I actually like that. Like when they brought it back in 2016 and of that sorts. I liked it where it felt like it was like a pay-per-view every other week. That was pretty cool. You had the SmackDown shows, you had the Raw shows, that was pretty cool. Do I want to see them bring that back now? I don't know. It's too much wrestling to keep up with, but I thought it was cool.
Oh, you don't want the wild card rule? No more wild card rule. No.
Definitely not the wild card rule or that other thing they call
that. Is just basically we drafted, but we didn't.
But we didn't draft, right? And I like that. Now that was one thing he who should not be named, which was pretty cool. The superstar shakeup, like you have that halfway through the year or something like that. That was pretty fun.
That's called an expansion draft. That's called a thing. You can come up with a different name to it. Yeah, Christ, you could trades need to be a thing.
Yeah. I mean, what would really be cool if they did like a trade thing. If they really wanted to work together with TNA, you did like a trade with WWE and TNA, stuff of that sort. If you could make that happen, right?
Right.
But just within the WWE umbrella, having trades, that would be cool as well.
Right. Break number 11. Boo. I only say that because I picked that it was going to be 12, and we're already at 11. We still got a half hour. Jacob has the best Death Rebel theme song. Yeah, well, it's almost one of those of, I don't even know his Death Rebel theme song, and just his presentation alone. I don't give a shit what his theme song is. It can just be silent. It's goddamn impressive. Braun, he has a family.
Right.
Ricochet will interfere at Money in the Bank, costing Braun Breaker. He's been moved to the
alumni section.
Section. So the Bloodline acknowledgement ceremony from Friday's SmackDown has now over 60 million views across all social media platforms. It is the most viewed segment in WWE history. Apparently, it is the most viewed segment allegedly.
Wow. Oh, we got Kathy Kelly with Damage Control.
Right. Oh. Plans stay the same. Well, that's the thing is now Dakota's got to be starting to feel the pressure of theoretically you're the outsider now of you've got Io Sky, Io Shirai, and you've got getting Lyra, and you've got Kairi Sane, and then you've got Asuka who's recovering. So she's the non-Joshi wrestler. She's the Japanese wrestler here. Now you get forced out too, especially you ain't delivering.
Exactly.
Ooh. Can Lyra just jumping all of damage? Who else jumped?
I don't know who that other one was.
Who the f is that guy?
Is it all the tag teams? Because I see, it was a lot.
That was just weird. That was just weird. That was one of those we're just covering up. Lyra has an aggressive It's called a beak, sir. It's called a beak. She is the bird lady, so it is called a beak. But yeah. Jacob didn't look at Solo in the eyes. Oh, on one hand, it's great. At the same time, it's just crazy to me. I'm like, we didn't look him in the eyes. Well, he blinked twice when he said that, and normally that's Morse code for like, help me. So it's how much they're breaking this shit down. It's the same thing like I was arguing with the Wyatt stuff of people at times just break it down like too much. Like you too much. Like
it's like they're
you don't know to go frame by frame, segment by segment here. And I might choose sometimes you unlock some things, but at the same time, I don't need to know about it.
Right. It's definitely like detective work. They got the what is it? The glass, the hourglass, the microglass, just trying to break down everything.
Still, Heyman out here. It's so crazy to even see of how much Heyman was disheveled of he's out here of. I was in the back smoking weed with Van Damme. You are not my tribal chief, but he's out here with the gray stubble and everything. The man looked the most pale complected I've ever seen.
Right. Man, him just crying the way he did, it was this man deserves an Oscar or a Tony or an Emmy or something.
Like I said, he's an Academy Award winner in pro wrestling. As KJ pointed out, Jacob is staring at his eyes right here.
Man. Solo really out here thinking that he the tribal chief. That's just
he's Solo Suge Knight out here. 100% here. We ain't going nowhere.
Talking about some acknowledge me. Like, no, nobody wants to acknowledge you.
Right.
Paul Heyman's only 58. Why? I thought that man was like 65.
You put some respect on a man's name. But I do like even how you can make this work if you got Corey, who's a SmackDown commentator, who can talk about this. He was right there front and center, seeing all that. As we've got the Detroit Space Needle fully lit up here. Driving through the 6. Whoa. Actually, at this point, I just I don't know. Must have on a beat.
We got the kickoff on Friday at 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
You never know if we might be here. What Detroit? What are we talking about, Detroit, sir? CNN Tower.
That's
how are you? You know what, sir? Here, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take a halfway bit of a semi-pause. You can come out here and tell me I'm wrong if you're gonna show up here and talk all this smack in the chat. I'm gonna wait until I see your face backstage in the green room here before I do all of this. But yeah, if you want to come out here and talk that smack, you want to talk that talk. Talk about it, be about it, my guy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. All right. We'll do it this way. We'll do it this way.
What did he do? Happy man on Canada Day. Nick's like, look, Detroit, the Detroit Needle.
When he said Detroit, I was like, I don't think that's Detroit, but I'm gonna let you go with it. I think that's Toronto.
The only needles you find in Detroit.
I didn't say Detroit. I said Toronto.
No, you did.
No, you didn't.
We got it on film, motherfucker. On Canada Day of all days.
Of all days, he gets the city wrong.
How is everybody doing? Holy shit.
Oh man, I was about to say SmackDown, but Raw has been rolling tonight.
Good, good.
It's like one of those things where like it's a 3-hour show, but you feel like you've only been here an hour because so much stuff has happened.
That's I've been super happy with Raw doing that lately, Anthony. Is they found a really good way to pace this out and not have it feel like a 3-hour show the way it has in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done it very well over the past couple of weeks. Might even be over the past like month or so, how they've kind of just paced this show out over the course of 3 hours. So yeah, I love it.
Absolutely. As what the main event tonight, Ilya, Drew, Sheamus qualifier.
Yeah, that's the main event. Now we talked about that earlier in the show, how we didn't know if it was going to be the women's championship match, the women's world championship match for this, and it's the qualifying.
Okay. Who won the women's match?
Not Zelina Vega. Liv Morgan did. Yeah, Liv Morgan was gonna win. It started off a little rocky. But they picked up the pace, and Dom came out there at one point. Yeah, it was legit good close to the end.
Right. No, I had to say something about, wait, that's not Detroit. Come on, my guy. There's a good chance we will be here Friday at 5 p.m., by the way, folks. So stay tuned for that. Of course, NXT, the go-home show for Heat Wave this weekend. Man, we got lots cooking on this channel, and Anthony and Nick have been killing it. It's been fun to jump in and out. These shows are so much easier when I can just show up when I want.
and not be here from the start.
And we're gonna cheers. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Forbidden Door didn't seem that bad. Only watching an hour of it. It was, but yeah, rolling along. I saw your reaction to Friday night. Crispy, my guy. Somebody said I'm looking like Braun Breaker. I don't got that orange though. I got this natural red glow on my pasty white skin.
That's exactly what it is, a red glow.
It's glowing. It's twofold, but we'll leave the other reason out. I didn't say Detroit. Yeah, 100%.
You did. You definitely said Detroit. We got you. We got you. You said Detroit.
We love you, Nick. It's okay.
Yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow for NXT. I'll be suffering through Dynamite on Wednesday. Me and Nick. I don't know how I feel about that. But at least the day after is the 4th, so I can suffer with having some peace the next day.
Yeah,
and then Thursday we'll be back with our preview and predictions for Money in the Bank and Heat Wave. So yeah, we got a lot going down on this channel.
Shit, and you did a Rampage. Like,
oh my god,
you cooking.
I can't believe I did a Rampage. I felt so bad because one of the matches I was like, Nick, who is this? Like, who? I don't even know who this is. But yeah, I suffered through Rampage.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, some of us didn't know who it was either, man. Like, is that Logan Paul's little brother? No, just looks like him.
I know. I think the guy that does look like Logan Paul. I was like, is that Logan Paul? Is he on 2 shows tonight? Because he definitely looks like him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, things are going crazy. Like, going into Money in the Bank right now. I'm excited as hell for this weekend coming up. And again, it's funny because I said this to Nick last night of like, it's one thing. It was like, I'm not going to be on the stream. It's cool. You guys got this. But it's what I'm missing. Like, that's what people don't get. It's like, I miss Paul Heyman getting power bombed. What is up? And that was pure gold.
Right. Yeah, like there were some big moments, missing when you weren't here on Friday. So Paul Heyman is one of the big ones that happened. Like, I was already looking forward to being on stream because I knew they were going to have this segment. I didn't think it was going to be as good or as entertaining as it was. And it was like, I like you said, you saw the reaction. I was literally speechless. Like, I was like, I'm sorry, Nick, I can't talk because I just gotta pay attention to what is happening.
Yeah. No, it's good. I like when you can get in that moment of just like, holy shit, they did it.
Right.
Airbnb. No, sir. No, not an Airbnb. No. Yeah, but I know that this weird curtain thing is I'm in a hotel. We're good. I just kind of tucked in a corner. Y'all don't need to see my personal shit. I didn't bring my green screen across the border. First time in my life that I'm not on Canadian soil for Canada Day.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Fun fact. And the drinks are good. Back to the food. Pogan lol.
That's who was at Rampage. That was definitely who was at Rampage.
NXT TNA on Tuesday. Let's go.
And Richard is hinting like how you missed some TNA news. I've tried to keep away from it. So,
dude, I saw it and I was like, shit. And then I realized, it was taping. Oh, okay. We'll wait.
Right. Like, I've tried my best to. There's, like I said earlier in the stream, there's one thing that I don't know, and I'm hoping that I've avoided it, and I'm hoping that the match happens on Thursday so I can stop avoiding it. But yeah,
that's the hardest thing. I wish they would do almost a smaller taping schedule, like 2 weeks instead of that 4-week block.
Yeah,
kind of trim it down, but that's just us being greedy. Like, I mean, who are we to say? But
exactly. I even said, I remember talking about this earlier this year when TNA was switching when Impact was switching back over to TNA, where I was like, I think they need to work on somehow going live each week. And I know that's been talked about a lot about them going to Full Sail and stuff of that sort. But if you're going to do things like this to keep the spoilers from coming out there, y'all got to spend a little bit more money and go live.
Yeah, it's good when they can do the slip in a pre-tape package and stuff that nobody knew happened or knows was coming. But when you legitimately have people popping up, it's like, shit, I want to write about this. I want to put it out there. And a lot of people do. We try not to.
Right.
It's hard, man. Some cool shit going down.
Exactly.
But ladies and gentlemen, we are coming out of commercial break. Ilya, get in the ring. If you haven't made a prediction yet, get in that chat. Let us know, who are you taking? We got Drew, Ilya, and Sheamus. This could be very interesting. I find this one a hard one to call.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, and I said, it would be nice if Drew McIntyre won, for CM Punk to cost him the Money in the Bank briefcase. But then I was like, he's done it a couple of times, so maybe it's kind of getting stale. So I was like, I feel like a great choice here would be Ilya. But then Nick pointed out that maybe since Ilya is kind of fresh, he can take a couple of losses under its belt and then give this one to Sheamus. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Right. There's no clear cut winner here.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of people I've seen put up there, this has to be Drew, but you have that lingering Punk problem in the background. Sheamus and Drew have history. I really like this main event because, again, you could roll the dice. I kind of feel like Ilya might steal this one somehow.
I would actually love for Ilya to steal this match. I think this would be a good start for him, holding that Money in the Bank, and then maybe he's the one that cashes it on Gunther. When Gunther wins after, he wins the match at SummerSlam, and then a couple of months later, you got Ilya cashing in on Gunther.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's got some legs, man.
Right.
But we are off and running, and right away, Sheamus and Drew kind of saying, hello, old friend.
Face to face.
Ilya being treated like the little bastard stepchild.
Right. Like, you don't belong here. This is me. This is me and Sheamus's issue. This is Drew and Sheamus.
Yeah, let the men deal with this, kid. We got this. It's an interesting take.
Ooh, until Dragunov hits him with like a strong pump kick there.
Well, there you go. Ilya and Sheamus.
Yeah. MDB down here. Gunther versus Dragunov needs knee pads.
Oh, MDB. Is Nick still listening? Nick, check the chat, sir. Our chat, not their chat. But here we going off. So who's your official pick?
I'm gonna go with Ilya. I'm gonna keep him as my official pick.
Yeah, I'm with that. I just don't know what we do with Sheamus, right? Like, he's lost in the mix a little. Yeah, a good mid-card, upper mid-card guy, but I don't know what you do with him.
Yeah, like where do you kind of go from here? What storyline do you throw him in? And I don't see it. I really don't.
No. Big backbreaker though. Woo.
Ooh. What a move. Big Nick says Ilya versus Gunther at Berlin. We got Damien who says Ilya for the win. Same here. So yeah, we getting some Ilya's for the win tonight.
Yeah, and I mean Ilya's, again, maybe a bit of a long shot, but if he gets in and wins that Money in the Bank, I could see him being one of the winners that declares, like, hey, I won. I'm not just going to show up and cash in. I'm going to challenge you for this time and this day at this place. Like,
he's going to take the John Cena route.
Yeah, maybe. I got you.
All right.
You did say Detroit, though.
Hey, Mr.
To hell with you. I already said I'm special. You mentioned about speaking of special and they shall appear. And speaking of declare, I guess I'll go all Michael Scott of I declare bankruptcy.
I didn't know Detroit had a space needle.
Bro, I swear to God, I said Detroit in my mind. I guess Detroit slipped, came out of my welcome to Detroit City.
Right.
Welcome to Detroit City.
Bad enough the WWE showing clips of Niagara when the show's in Toronto.
Right.
I guess I was just my brain's out here. I know how I'm gonna get this motherfucker to show up. I'm gonna talk shit about it.
The back, I'm out of my own business. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Exactly. I know how to invoke the dragon. I know how to wake him from his slumber. Pause. As we go to commercial break, as we get a replay of Shame out here just giving the beats and the batteries of even Damien out there saying the hardest motherfucker out there doing it is Shamo. Everybody would think it's Gunther, but they're saying it's Shamo.
Yeah.
How you doing on that good old American Coca-Cola, my guy? I know that was a talk during Forbidden Door. If you, because when you're like, oh, the drinks are nice, I was like, this man just finally embraced U.S. Coca-Cola. That's just sugary as shit.
The trick with the American Coca-Cola is put other shit in it, and it tastes just great.
That's what it is. American soda is not meant to be consumed as a soda. It's meant to be consumed as a mixer for other shit.
Why is y'all shit so sweet?
I don't know.
Sweet.
It's the same reason why our larges were super sizes in the 90s.
Diabetes.
Wilford Brimley would be disappointed with the state of America right now.
Have you tried Mountain Dew yet?
No, I saw it.
I heard that was a fucking thing. But so as we're in commercial break, lore of the channel right now out there, everybody that's tuning in, of that Mountain Dew for whatever. I see 77 people clicking in. Let's get this back up to 100. But lore of the channel is that apparently U.S. Mountain Dew, or just Mountain Dew in general, is damn near outlawed in Canada. It is like the fucking Wild Wild West. It is literal moonshine in Canada.
It's just, well, y'all don't have the same rules that other countries.
We have alcoholic Mountain Dew. Fuck is you talking about?
Right,
we had Four Loko. We had to dumb down Four Loko.
What's Four Loko?
And oh my god, it is crack with alcohol added into it. Think of if mouth salts was a liquid form, that's Four Loko.
Oh.
Especially the true form, but like, yeah, now you guys don't even have Mountain Dew. We have alcoholic Mountain Dew. I can go and get a hard Baja Blast from my local gas station. While I stuff my face with terrible Taco Bell. Like, welcome to America, the land of sugar honey iced tea.
Yeah, but Taco Bell is near and dear to my heart. So I'm with that. No, that's like, that's that late night. I'm gonna hate myself tomorrow.
BK is the superior fast food American food chain.
Nah.
BK,
even though the one by me is trash. Well, we already had a discussion earlier from Anthony of Southern
chicken place because we talked about Bojangles.
Right? Yeah, because they had bro. This tells you enough about America to where we had drinks cups and everything that were the outsiders. All of this, we're halfway paying homage to WCW and WWE and everything. I thought they were popcorn buckets because they were that fucking big.
Yeah. Have all the stuff. I have it all.
It's literally just all the shit. We have the invention of literally a snack tray that you can slide on top of your drink cup. You can have your snacks while you drink. Welcome to America, where everyone's
does the shit come with like
the weight limit.
Does the shit come with a free sauce so you can cut your foot off when you're done? Like, what do you mean? Like, that is too much. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's too funny. Chick-fil-A, White Castle. I've always wanted to try White Castle.
I'll let Mrs. Big Nick know because she's from Jersey, so she's one of those that's very much about the White Castle.
As we are back in the main event now that I've sidetracked.
Right now, as we're just hungry as shit.
I want to know what's good in Atlanta.
I mean,
strip clubs.
There's a
welcome to Atlanta where the players play.
That was the first thought when you said it.
There's a few good places though.
Shamo out here, this big ginger fuck skinning the cat.
Yeah.
Down goes Drew. Good match.
Right?
Just climbed up to that top rope. Crazy.
Who many commercials? Yeah, it has been who many commercials. I took the push at 12 and was beaten within like the first 2 hours.
This Saturday, Toronto, Ontario, Nick.
Shut the fuck up. Red Wings, motherfucker. I don't know.
Red Wings, motherfucker.
Mountain Dew and orange juice is good together. Well, the main ingredient of Mountain Dew is orange juice. Fun fact.
Is it?
Yes.
Really?
It's been one of my friends
know
told me that. And then once you actually look, and then you can't taste Mountain Dew the same ever again because all you taste is orange juice.
What else? What chemical are they using to make it not orange juice by the time you get it to your mouth?
Oh, the same shit that made the Ninja Turtles.
The ooze.
The ooze. Secret of the ooze. Fun fact, well, Mountain Dew was originally made to be a mixer for whiskey. That's why it had the whole moonshine and shit and everything to it.
Is that why it's so sweet too? Shit.
Yeah, it was almost to be up there with like a whiskey sour.
Son of a bitch. It's one of my faves.
How dare you talk about my mother like that?
Alien to the top. Oh, Senton.
Oh,
We got
now
sword.
you Captain CM Punk Patrol there. Does CM Punk cost Drew here? Does he cost him Money in the Bank? Do we not see that at all? Does Drew actually win Money in the Bank? How are you feeling?
You know what? I'm a little torn. I think based on how Punk was carted off, you can't do it now. So maybe Drew does win this. But again, you can only go to the well so many times. So like we said with Drew, like when Drew got screwed in Clash, he had to show up and just on site, I'm swinging. And that's what he did. I'll give them credit. They nailed it. Now with Punk, I think they're dragging their feet a little because he's not 100% cleared yet, even though there's speculation. But I think it's the same idea. Like if Punk does show up, it can't be like, haha, tricked you again. It's got to be, motherfucker, you tried to kill me, you're dead. Like, and that's got to be the motive. Like he's got to go full out.
Fair. As we go to commercial break
14.
again, god damn it.
10 minutes left.
14 apparently.
Yeah, right. I lost.
All right.
Oh, who lost more of what I said or odds out here saying Toronto is in Niagara? Like, I at least know enough that that's not the case.
Do you know? Because you thought it was Detroit.
Shut the fuck up. You live in the South. You shut up. You're just bandwagoning on some Northeast shit. You don't know nothing about nothing. If I didn't say Detroit wasn't there, you would have probably said Detroit was part of Canada. So you shut the fuck up, sir.
Wait a minute.
I don't care. No, enough of this. I'm not going to hear this from the Southern delegation about me knowing about the Northern delegation.
But I have been to Niagara, Ontario.
I feel terrible now because I remember Ontario. That I'm yelling at my own Buffalo Bills supporter here. So you got you do have the Northeast ties. So I recant my previous statement.
Tabernacle.
That is a tabernacle. Okay.
And Anthony, you've been to Montreal. You're going to Montreal for TNA.
I wanted to, but I can't. So I'll be here on stream for Slam.
They will let him in.
So rumors get started, Nick.
Motherfucker, I'm still calling that it's a rumor that I said Detroit.
Hey, we got you an HD.
I don't care. I'm waiting for. And by the way, on Thursday, here's the clip of the Nick saying Detroit.
Okay, flip it out.
Frame by frame.
100%. That was like yeah, that's what made me laugh earlier in the chat. They were talking about like people just love to kind of like pull at things and like Jacob wouldn't look him in the eyes. I'm like, I'm watching him look him in the eyes. He put the lei around his neck. Like, bro, what do you do? Blind it? Like,
nay. Aubrey Edwards did it. She said nay.
Jacob is there. He is the pit bull.
Nay is Homer says going backwards in the butt. Screw you, MTB. Whose side are you on? Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta.
There's a Coca-Cola. Wait, someone else had some Atlanta info I wanted to check out. Did we read it?
Because, like, I didn't know that.
Whoa, what the Yeah, that.
You want some good food in Atlanta? You need to hit one of the guys doing barbecue outside of Lockwood Amphitheater after a concert.
I think you're trying to say Lakewood Amphitheater.
Lakewood would make sense. WW would be interesting.
Well, I was gonna say the guy from Atlanta would be the best one to make sense of this, so I'll trust his word for it. I can get a good look at a steak by sticking my head up a cow's ass, but I'd rather take the bush's word for it.
You got it right though.
I know. I didn't do the full Chris Farley.
Right.
Oh my God.
That guy. Oh, yeah. Back from break.
Bro, that was me though. Of 15 matches for Forbidden Door, for the love of God.
I feel like
triple superplex. Ilya getting it. 1, 2 go.
The U.S. soccer team coach being fired. Interesting. Did the U.S. not advance? The Canadians advanced. What happened to the Americans?
We thought it was the other football.
They kept picking it up. They're like, no.
Like, we just run with it. What are you doing out here just kicking it? It's a loose ball. It's a fumble. Just run that shit in the end zone.
Yeah. Those open field tackles weren't going so well.
Right. She's out there doing the Marshawn Lynch, just, grab and then just throw the arm up as they go into the end zone.
Ilya setting up Drew. Eats a Glasgow kiss, though.
Oh.
That could main event.
Yeah. Ooh.
They know CTE is a thing, right? Like fucking smacking skulls together like that. Jesus.
Have you met a Scottish person? No, they're good.
Well, I know one. He just claims he lives in Canada.
Right. They might be born with CTE. I love y'all.
You said it. And by the way, do not seek medical advice for any of us at all. No, Christ, at this point, don't seek advice from us. Just don't seek advice.
When they're in their belly, they're like, oh, he's kicking. No, he's headbutting. That's what you should get.
Bang your head.
Oh,
as he wears bye-bye. Oh, did he just fucking bro kick him in the dick?
Ooh.
2 count.
Sheamus.
He punted that man shillelagh. We're going for the coast to coast, and this man just bro kicked him beneath the waist.
Man.
Sheamus is over as shit.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this has got to be towards the back end. This is the last runs here. So if you're not gonna have it be Drew, it's got to be him. Mm-hmm. Oh, Drew pulls Ilya out.
And we're down to the old bros.
Up over the barricade as they just stare each other down.
Yeah, this is Thursday night, Damien. Thursday night, be here live. All three of us I'm gonna have a green screen like everyone else. And Thursday night, we're gonna have at it at some heat wave and some Money in the Bank predictions. This one's gonna be a tricky one.
Yeah, that depends on if KJ can survive the heat wave that he's currently in.
That depends if they'll let me out of this fucking place.
Let me out. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. Oh, we're setting up for the beats of the Bowery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh,
yes, roll up.
No, you can't win this on a fucking surprise roll up. The most devastating move in professional wrestling, next to KJ and Sneezes. Madness. Drew McIntyre picks up the win as just clean as a referee whistle out here.
About to get
even hit a claymore for it. Do we get any sort of aftermath? I combined words again. as we're down to the last like 2 minutes here, or do we just kind of go off the air? So again, so your lineup for the women for the Money in the Bank matches is now solidified. Of you've got Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. And to me, Drew's kind of the odds-on favorite to win it, minus if one Chicago-made Punk shows up. And then
Punk
you got
is definitely showing up.
I can't. I'm gonna just shut up.
If Punk does show up, it's got to be like he drives.
He's gonna show up in Detroit instead of and thinking it's Toronto.
Get the fuck out. Has anyone seen the Space Needle?
He's gonna show up at a Tigers game thinking it's Money in the Bank.
I got an elevator in my house.
Right? But then we've also got Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and then also Christ Almighty, I'm already forgetting who won earlier tonight. Yes, I am. Zoe Starks.
Yeah. You know, I like the idea though. Does anyone else like the idea? He does. He's cutting a little promo here, but he's teasing Punk. That's where this gets dangerous. Because I like the idea of, wouldn't the ultimate revenge is that Drew cashes in on Damian?
No. Ooh. Why?
Because Damian cashed in
on him.
Fuck off.
Would it not be a ha-ha?
Ha-ha. Or would you rather cash in on Seth, who will be champion at that time?
Here we go again.
Right. Oh, no. And then you can
you stress me out.
CM Punk into everything. Go ahead. It's perfect. I'm in the middle because I am an island unto myself. 100%. Come the end of Money in the Bank, I will stamp my name on it as I'm out here bouncing checks like a fucking NBA draft prospect.
The island of insanity in between.
The island of insanity instead of the island of Rollins, the island of insanity. I will say that Seth Rollins will be leaving Toronto as your world heavyweight champion.
In all fairness, it was Anthony that popped me with his reaction. That's all I'm saying.
I missed what you said, sir. Go ahead. If you said it right off, then repeat it. Come on. Go ahead. Say it.
What I said.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're stressing me out.
But yes, folks, get your ratings out of 10 in. The show is over. What a fun night. That's it. Raw in the books. We are going home.
Right. Well, how was your thoughts, opinions, sir? I don't know if you even caught it with the Uncle Howdy situation that we had earlier.
The Howdy situation. So let me know.
So, quick breakdown of you have Jey Uso come out and he starts off the show and it's great intro. He's coming out through the people, man of the people, and everything, but he's still got the Fireflies, which again we talked about. It was kind of like, you can have that. That ain't what I'm at. Like, no, just I don't want to be involved with it. You can have it. I was like telling him, like, turn on the lights, do something here, get rid of them. But
leave the lights up.
Exactly. And then Chad Gable came out and they have their back and forth. They have their interaction and everything. And then, they get into a tussle, they get into a scuffle, and then Gable goes to start walking away, and you hear, or you have that as they cut off the power, and that light goes out, and that light goes out, and that light goes out. And then we start playing the piano notes and Bray's music as Gable's just walking through past everybody. You have everybody behind them with the same kind of light, like when Bray came through the door, they've got that kind of blue light of you could tell who it is, but you don't fully see them. You had Gacy first in the pig mask, then you had Rowan in the rabbit mask and all of that. Then you had Loomis with the buzzard mask, and as we're going up, you kind of just get nothingness, you kind of move on, and then Nikki Cross is out there in the ring as all the security, the extra security that they've had on standby, is taken out on the commentary table as she again hands a box. What's in the box? to Michael Cole.
This box situation is interesting to me. And I like it.
And then no McAfee. And again, T's and P's to the McAfee family, but again, no McAfee as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very peculiar. I'll watch it back, and I'll probably have more to say about it later in the week. But
watch the VHS.
What's that?
I said watch the VHS because the VHS was very much of it to me. Kind of starts to feel more of like when Bray came out and was, this is just me being me and everything else. You kind of had Bo out there of talking, and they very much played with it's Bray talking to Howdy, but it's really Bo talking to himself and everything, because they cut away and it's just Bo sitting there, and then you have Howdy kind of phase in, so it's that Tyler Durden effect.
It's that split. I like it. I've seen some wrestlers come out. I mean, even Braun Strowman recently mentioned like we can't underestimate Bo, and I think because we kind of got lost in like the Bo leave and the B team.
But that shows he started off being one of those guys that can get over some shit. That he's got that charismatic personality earlier than Bray even had potentially.
Right.
Well, he was an NXT champ. Like, I mean, he was ahead on Bray. Bray took longer to figure out where he was going. He was husky. Bo kind of had a better idea coming out the gate. It was kind of, then they got McMahon. Allegedly.
You need a Vinsectomy merch line.
Wait, that's not a terrible idea. Yo, was Steph at SmackDown on Friday?
Yes.
Was it just like to support Paul? Like, was it?
Why wouldn't she be? Like, I don't get what's so fucking surprising about this. What's so like controversial?
She's never been around, and like for her just to be in the audience is interesting, isn't it? Like, she
at
was
the company that she owns. Like, is it interesting for the Mark Cuban to be at a Mavericks
game? She doesn't. Like she had, like
no, that's fine, but it's in MSG, so I'll give you that. With that was cool. That's probably part of it too, as well. And you had such a huge moment to happen there of one of those. And again, they've just been cooking. Christ, we were talking about this at the start of Raw. Of even we had it with everything with Howdy last week, etc., etc. And it's crazy to think that was just a week ago with everything that we've already had so far, just in a week of pro wrestling.
Yeah. It's a trip.
Yeah, the unholy trinity right now, Geek Bugs.
There you go.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about Raw?
Power Trip? There we go. That's what it is.
I like it. 8 out of 10. How do you guys feel about Raw? You guys watch more than I did, so I'll shut up.
Which I feel like this might be the first time ever, but I'm feeling a little 8.5 for Raw. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 8.5. Ooh.
I said 8.5. I'm gonna stick with 8. I'm gonna stick with
8. Well, because you didn't catch it earlier. I know towards the end of Forbidden Door, I think you were at like a 7. I was a 7.5. I bumped mine up to an 8 to start off tonight.
Really? You bumped Forbidden Door up?
I bumped it up. I like Stephanie. Stephanie Becker showed up. I think that there was the potential with there was good there. So I just bumped up a little.
It's not on the potential, Nick. It's what you delivered.
No, but she showed up there. She 100% showed up. I think she made a lot of fans and a lot of attention there. And if I'm going on potential,
why? Because she trapped Sasha's head between her legs. Woo-hoo-hoo. Get out the tissue.
She was good. She was good in the ring, my guy. You can't deny that.
She's good.
I don't even know if you even caught it, so I can't even say that. But yeah, 100%. She was good in the ring. 7 and a 7.5, but I'll go an 8 with Forbidden Door. But yeah, we talked about even the Britt Baker return, all of that. Of Britt's got to be a baby face tonight on Monday Night Raw. 7.5.
That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah,
not far off. He said 8, so.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there was enough. Yeah, I'll go 7.5.
So it kind of leads you into Money in the Bank pretty good?
Oh, 100%. I think, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be the first PLE. I think Anthony actually pointed out post WrestleMania that's been actually at an evening Everything else has been brunch with the boys.
Right.
Yeah.
So 100%. It's going to be interesting now. Granted, it's still of the five matches right now. Of we had the women's title match. We've still had a bit of a carryover from that. Do we get it re-added to Money in the Bank? Should have just been added to the Money in the Bank to start off with. Yeah, we've got an AEW pre-show as a WWE Premium Live event. I can see the Twitter's going out right now. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for Money in the Bank just on the potential alone of the 2 Money in the Bank briefcase matches have sold me on the pay-per-view. Everything else just is extra bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree there.
Yeah, interesting comment from Mr. Heyman here. Like that's again, we don't need to cross streams here, folks.
No, 100%. Well, hey, 100%. If you're coming over from that guy's stream and everything then bring the rest of them. 100%. I'll take it that way. If you're out here coming over from one Canadian to another Canadian and 2 Americans, then absolutely. Just bring the rest of them. We'll convert y'all to the Wyatt 6, to the rest of the 6.
Yeah. The only fans we don't got yet are the ones that haven't seen us yet. That's all.
Right.
I know.
Or haven't subscribed to our OnlyFans as well.
Yeah, I have a few more drinks. That might be a thing.
Do something strange for a little piece of change, my guy.
That's it. But yeah, an 8, a 7.5. I can accept both those. What I saw was good. The main event was good. Overall, a really solid Raw. I mean, I like the momentum that WWE has. We'll see how the rest of this week goes. Tuesday, Wednesday. You guys are going to have a lot of fun. And NXT is going to be very interesting.
Well, yeah. Well, as the Torontonian tourist guide here, Matthew Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico. I see you, Matthew, with a question. Does anyone know? I was almost getting there through it. Where the Money in the Bank kickoff show will be located. I am going to Canada.
They, I think I imagine they're going to do it from Scotia Bank, but I'm not positive.
They're going to do it from the Detroit Space Needle.
Oh, they should. They should.
Yeah, right. That's the best way you celebrate Canada. Onlybeers.com, 100%.
Right. They also might have the kickoff in Detroit. You never know. So.
You never know. Niagara Falls. Let's go.
Said, welcome to Detroit City. I'm just chick out here.
Right. Raw is an A. I like it.
That's good. Yeah, well, yeah. So overall, we went through the ratings, grades, stars, all of that. Yeah. We're all, I guess, in the 7 to 8, like high 7s, low 8s range.
That's fair. I mean, again, what I saw.
I was asking your opinion. I was assuming for all 3 of us. I don't think you gave a full rating.
I'm not giving a full rating. I didn't see the show. I didn't give a full rating on last night. I just know that the chunk of Forbidden Door that I saw left me a lot to be desired. I saw some fans out there, some streamers who were like, didn't miss a beat. Like everything was great. This is the AEW on the right track. And I was like, I might be on vacay, but I still think I have somewhat of a pulse. And
those are people trying to get a press pass.
True.
100%. No, call a spade a goddamn spade. We even sat there. I know for a fact you and I were both here for the main event and everything. And it was a fantastic main event. The only drawback in that entire main event really was, there was halfway botchy spot between Swerve and Ospreay when they were trying to sell it as a counter and they were coming off the middle to top rope and it just kind of got clunky. But the second you cut to Daniel Garcia in the crowd, you cut to MJF backstage and everything. That's when you're like, no, that's TV shit. Just fucking let it go. Let it cook. Don't add bullshit into it already.
And then what did you think of the main event and such? Like some people said it made Swerve.
I didn't watch any of it.
Even better. That's something up. That's even better. That's an indictment unto itself, sir. But no, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, again, it is what it is. I hope it leads to good shows. I'm really curious what comes from DMD. And I'll see. I really hope that DMD digs in as the babyface and Sasha digs into being the heel, and you run that rivalry for a hot minute.
Yeah, we've got to get now, and I think even you reminded me of what I said earlier enough of once we got the CEO, we were going to get DMD. We were going to get the Kross, the back and forth chance here. But yeah, Britt Baker has to be the babyface. She has to lead into this is what I've built. I've been here since day one. She's the AEW diehard, born, bred, and red AEW versus Mercedes is the outsider that's just showing up to just try and claim whatever she can. You need to go with that.
Yeah.
MVP. Over DMD, over CEO.
Oh, man. But, Raw's cooking tomorrow, NXT, NA. We'll see. I mean, is anyone in wrestling as over as Joe Hendry right now?
No, there was Joe Hendry. There was Joe Hendry signs on Raw tonight. So
everywhere.
Yeah, no one's more over than Joe Hendry.
Has anyone been the top of the charts and the top of Twitter searches and everything like that at the same time when it comes to pro wrestling? Like this man's out here in uncharted waters. Fucking Dwayne's movies don't get as much attention, as Joe Hendry.
A wrestler beat out.
And Black Adam was as over as if we believed in Black Adam as much as we believed in Joe Hendry, we'd still be getting the DCU.
Oh wow, shit!
You heard me, Dwayne. Come at me, bro.
The Creed brothers are going to go to Bloodsport.
Yes, I've seen that on Twitter. It's been confirmed they'll be at Bloodsport.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah. So WWE making some big moves there.
Well, we've got the announcement of Dynasty, and I know we talked about a KJF, not that Dynasty, the other Dynasty, in Japan, and now kind of everyone's giving the side eye of like to WWE, TNA, GCW, etc. Of like, all right, so you gonna do something? You gonna do something about that? Are you just gonna sit there? You can do something?
Yeah, I know it seems nitpicky. I get mad at a lack of creativity of like with all the words in the English language. They're like, let's just call it Wrestling Dynasty. We're like, y'all just did something like that. Like you guys didn't have a meeting being like, you got a plan B? Like, is there another word we could make like cool? But apparently not. Fuck me.
Listen, when you're powdering your nose, you don't have time to think about words.
A lot of people talking about Umaga's old manager, our old buddy. This has been killing me.
Oh, Armando Estrada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing that around too. I think that'd be cool though.
I don't hate it.
What about Quiche?
Quiche would be interesting. I did it for The Rock.
Or do you get a Meng? Do you get Haku, the most dangerous motherfucking human being?
Did you just say Haku?
Haku out there. No, I don't want to call this man Haku. You can bite my nose off.
Yeah, you get fucked up.
I'm gonna fucking be out here like Ronald Mysterious, getting my eye poked out. Which, by the way, did you see that in the fucking picture that they had put up the match of Dom versus Rey? You got one straight eye and one
and one
K eye.
Yeah, one crooked eye.
Yeah, no. Haku, not Haku. If he was out there as the manager of the Bloodline, the new Bloodline, I don't want to fuck with you. Go about your business.
That's interesting. It's interesting. 8 out of 10. I guess we're on that Haku note. We're gonna.
Can we just admit the Haktui has come and gone? It has been Haktui'd into the waste bin now.
She got her 15 seconds of fame. We're good.
Right.
Oh, right. She got her 15 seconds of fame and probably 15 grand in her bank account.
She's like that lady from the Edmonton Oilers playoff game that just couldn't.
Yeah, what is it with the hockey playoffs of y'all just like you've never seen a chest before?
What do you mean? It just happened. Like, I mean, it never
No,
happened.
but it's
That's
not
fine.
just like that. It's not just Edmonton. Like, there's been multiple games on the playoffs of like, here's attractive fan that watches hockey. Everyone just got to go through everything on it.
There's a lot of very pretty puck bunnies. So let's be real.
I'm not going to even touch the fact that you said puck bunnies.
Hippity hop.
Coming down the bunny trail.
Well, on that note, before we taper off any further, these guys got everybody for the next couple days.
I don't know how I taper off, Poppy.
But thanks everyone for being here. Thank you guys for joining us. It's Happy Canada Day, so happy July 1st. I know July 4th is coming up, another big reason to blow shit up. It's going to be a fun one. I thank everyone for being a part of these shows. I will say this real quickly, and maybe it's just the drink and all the vibes, but June was Men's Mental Health Month. I know it kind of gets overshadowed in June, but I want to say shout out to everybody out there. We've built this little community. We've built this little world, something near and dear to all three of us on this channel. I assure everyone out there, 2024 has been an absolute grind. And over the last couple of days, it's been really phenomenal. And thanks to these two gentlemen, I've had an unbelievable couple days. And I'm so grateful to both of them. I'm grateful to everyone out there. I know sometimes things seem twisted, dark, and lonely. But like I said to my little one today, you might not always end up where you were planning to go, but it might be exactly where you should be. So I thank both of you. I thank everybody. Be a friend, tell a friend. Any final thoughts, gentlemen? Because I'm just going to keep going.
We go on a whole other topic there.
No, I'm grateful to be a part of this channel. I love being a part of this channel. I think I said this in the comments a couple of months ago that I think this was like the first place I felt like I was actually a part of a wrestling community. I don't even feel like I'm a part of the wrestling community on TikTok. I kind of just do my own thing and just kind of move on. But here, I feel like I'm part of a community and a family, and I enjoy to be here every chance I am. So yeah, that's it. I'm passing it on to Nick.
I'm gonna try and keep this as short as I can. You all set me up fucking terribly with this.
You're
you're the one with the mental health issues. Talk about mental health and keep it short, keep it brief,
clear, bro.
I love you, but yeah, it is. It's nice to feel important, but it's more important to be nice. 100%. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. I won't be here. Good night.